Welcome to the Tom Barnard podcast, minus Tom Barnard, brought to you by Kathryn Brandt, personal injury lawyers at minnesotapersonalinjury.com, with
co-host Kathryn Brandt,
Alex Barnard, Rasmussen,
and some children in the background.
One.
And Jude, who will not stop licking the couch.
I know, Jude's been extra weird lately.
Psychopath Jude.
So there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Two of the things we should wait till Kristyn's segment, I think.
Yes, we'll wait for Kristyn to
Yes, there have been
blurt out all the other stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
Blurt, that's
there
what
have
we'll
been two celebrity deaths, and if you don't know who they are,
I'm
wait until
sure.
Kristyn's segment.
I only
That's the
knew-
one thing with the internet. Everybody knows everything.
I
so
only knew
fast.
one.
I did
didn't
too.
know.
Are you? Yeah, you're right. He did. Wow.
I
No one cared
know.
because of the other one. but
All right, well, we'll announce it. If nobody knows, then we'll talk about it with Kristyn.
Yeah.
So who we're talking about? Tim Curry.
Tim Curry and Dolly Parton.
Okay, so when I was a 20-something, people used to go to the Uptown Theater
Yeah, for Rocky
and
Horror.
watch Rocky Horror Picture Show.
And watch horror. And watch horror pick. Well,
And some people would go every single week. They would bring toilet paper. They would dress
like-
up like the
Oh,
characters.
the whole thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
what was
Yeah,
the thing
there's
with
like-
the toilet paper? They would
I don't
say
know.
certain
yeah,
words,
you
and they
throw-
had
and peanut butter and jelly or something, or sandwich.
yeah,
There's some
so
type of yeah.
many things.
Yes.
And now I'm thinking back. I mean, that was a very weird movie.
Yes, it
And
was.
how it became such a cult classic.
Well, yeah.
Well, I've never
that's
actually
how-
seen it, but
Most people, I think, over the age of maybe 30,
yeah,
probably
it's
never
like
have.
it's like a Gen X thing, I would say largely. Like
Yeah.
older
Yeah.
Gen X is
I
like
would say
really.
that's true.
Andy is
Scott.
now Tom? Question mark?
Today.
That's right. Today and on Friday.
Today. Oh yeah, and Friday you're gonna be.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Friday,
Yeah,
yep.
that's right.
Let's see. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about, or at least I do.
You do?
I've got a bunch of news articles. I've got a dire warning for dog owners.
Oh,
Dire warning. Why?
Yes. So
Jude, you need to know these things.
Melissa knows someone from work.
Yeah.
On Monday, her dog woke up sick, just throwing up all over the place, and then wouldn't eat all day yesterday.
Pancreatitis?
No. And then this morning, she had to put the dog down.
No.
Healthy to put down in 2 days.
What?
And the prevailing theory right now is called blue-green algae. Right now, the algae is blooming. And if you have any warm, stagnant water on your property, and if there's algae in it, do not let your dog anywhere near it. Because this algae, if they swallow it, that's it. There's no cure.
yeah, Jude,
Game
you
over.
can't-
I just don't
Don't take 'em
understand
outside.
how animals who are, I mean, in the wild, they're drinking from all kinds of water sources, including probably stagnant ponds.
Well, there's a reason that wild animals live like 1/10 as long as they do in captivity. It's because of that kind of
That's
thing.
true.
Animals do actually die young quite often in the wild. It just, we don't notice.
Poor puppies.
Yep, so yeah, that algae. Algae in water, keep your dog away.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Was it on a hike or something?
No, just like a little, like a runoff pond they have on their property.
Oh, yeah. I was always afraid of the pond that we had in Dayton. 'Cause there
Oh,
were-
you always told us to stay
well, yeah,
well
there
away
was,
from that.
It was like just a drainage
Yeah.
ditch that the builder built
With
there.
Goose Island in the
With
middle?
yeah, with a little island, and so
Yeah.
it was filled with goose crap
Yep,
and
yeah. sure
turtle
was.
crap and all kinds of
crap.
crap.
Yeah, that's...
I didn't want anybody jumping in there, anybody drinking from there. Yeah.
We never even really put horses.
No.
I didn't even.
there.
Yeah, I
We never
fenced it
used that
off.
pasture
I didn't-
ever.
Oh, well, one time I opened it up because I wanted the horses to eat the grass because it was getting so long and it was a hard place to mow because it was so steep. And I was keeping a horse for a friend for a short period of time while she was finding another situation for her horse. And her horse decides to go into the pond and get stuck.
Smart horse.
Get stuck. It just
boy.
walked right into the water like... My horses are like, what are you doing? Why? Nobody does that.
We don't swim here.
Someone texted in, blue-green algae is in the area's lakes due to the low water, which makes sense. It hasn't
Oh, yeah,
been
we
raining
haven't
very
had
much.
hardly any rain this, I mean, all of July, I think we got maybe, I don't even know,
Yeah,
half an inch?
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the fun new thing you can worry about for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah, they're still talking about Rocky Horror Picture Show. The shenanigans at the midnight showings, that's right. Dozens of slices of toast.
Toast. Not
Toast.
peanut
The
butter.
And
millennial version of that is The Room.
You know what? I would have to watch the show again to get any of the references because it's been so long. I don't remember what they were ever talking
I've never
about.
seen it. It doesn't seem like my kind of movie.
No, it's definitely not your.
No, I don't think so.
I
don't think I'd hate it like Dad would hate it. He would
Yes.
like suffer through it. I would just find it like, who cares? I don't know. It's like wacky, but in a very outdated way, it seems to me.
Yeah, I'm sure I don't think it's probably aged well.
No, it doesn't seem like it would.
Well, it's about a transvestite.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
something about I don't know. It's Tim Curry dresses as a woman and they sing and dance. It's like
Yeah, a lot of singing. Toast, toilet paper, rain. That's right, squirt guns.
squirt guns.
And newspapers, which who has a newspaper?
Yeah, good luck finding one
I'm
of those.
looking up. I'm like, what are the references?
I think that our neighbor gets a newspaper, and I keep on thinking, oh my God, really?
Why? Yeah.
Newspaper, you hold it over your head when Brad and Janet get caught in the rainstorm.
Oh.
Rubber glove,
Cool.
snap and sink during and after Dr. Frankenfurter's creation speech.
Okay.
Toilet paper, throw it in the air when Brad yells, Great Scott. Toast, throw in the air when Frank proposes a toast at dinner. Glow sticks or flashlights, wave around during There's a Light verse. Noisemakers when the Transylvanians applaud. Playing cards, throw in the air when Frank sings Cards for Sorrow, Cards for Pain. And a party hat. Put it on when Frank puts on his party hat at the dinner table.
It just seems like they're trying too hard to make it fun.
They,
One or two
I'm
of those,
telling you,
sure, but like you got 8 of these cues.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's like
you have to bring your prop bag to
Yeah,
watch
really.
the movie.
If you knew how many years that thing went on.
it's still going on. I think.
No.
Yeah, I think they're still doing
I think
it.
they do it once a year,
Yeah.
like around Halloween.
Really?
And I'm like, I would like to do that one time.
Just the one time.
Well, you better
just
hurry up. Well, actually, it'll probably
Hurry
be a
up. Why?
resurgence.
Am I gonna
'cause he
die?
got-
What's
No,
going on?
it's probably not going to go on forever.
I don't
might.
know. I
It
think
might.
it might go on for quite some time.
Especially now that he's dead, it'll be.
Oh yeah, they're probably going to do a billion of them everywhere. Every city's going to have one in the next week.
Margaret remembers singing Time Warp in an alleyway in France. It was fun. Ooh, wild Margaret.
Well,
Look out, Margaret.
alleyway in France.
Look out, Margaret.
All right, I got some news articles. If I
Okay.
where's my phone? Did I not bring my phone in?
I don't know what you did.
Oh well.
I just want to
My
ask.
phone's got the news articles
Fawn,
written down.
can you
on
run
it.
out and get Uncle Andy's phone?
No,
Is it unlocked?
Not likely.
A phone? Most likely really hard to
Black.
find. Black? In a
It's-
black car?
She's not going to be able to get into my car.
With
It's
a-
okay. I got other. I can remember some of
Well,
them.
I just want to ask, why is everyone so hateful?
We missed. Oh, he's.
And is this as hateful as people have ever been?
You know what? Every time he walks in the house, he says that.
I know.
I don't know.
He says it every
Yeah.
episode
I think
of the podcast.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? He's been doing that forever. I don't think it's Alzheimer's. to
No, it's
tell you the
definitely
truth.
not. This
I
is just
think
how
it's
he is.
Just how he is, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I
He's
have
obsessed with it.
people-
I don't know why.
people on the podcast can help me with this. I'm starting to make a list of dad sayings. So far, it's a long list. 'cause
It is a
he
long list.
repeats himself a lot, and always has, not just because of the Alzheimer's.
Yeah, no, this isn't a new thing. I
But
actually,
if-
years ago, like 10 years, I had a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Where every day I'd have like like the.
Where did it go?
The top row, and I have sayings, and I put an X in the box for each date that he said them. I did that for like probably a year.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Okay, so I have stand shoulder to shoulder.
Stand shoulder, yep.
We'll keep moving forward.
No dog in this fight.
More me now. Best in the business. I've got no dog in this fight. I'll follow your lead. It
Yeah.
will all work out in the end. Shoulder to the wheel. You're a complete disaster. What do you think of that action? And boy, look at the time.
Boy, look at the time.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
got
that's.
the major ones
Yeah,
down.
I'm like, if anybody can think of it, he says them, and every once in a while I'm like, I gotta add it to the list. I didn't have boy, look at the time on there. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, he
That's
says
gotta
that.
be on there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's one of those things where when somebody says the same thing over and over again, like "Why is everyone so hateful?" You just stop. You tune out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You pill? Yeah, he hasn't called people pills in a long
yeah,
time.
Yeah, he still
Pill.
sometimes does.
Not very often.
You
what are you
pill,
talking about?
yes.
You pill.
All right, I got some
Calling people pill and bum.
couple of Ethanisms from the past 2 days.
Okay.
So yesterday, we made stew meat and white rice for
Yes.
dinner. And so I plated and I gave everyone their plates. And Ethan sits down and he says, "You didn't do a very good job with my plate. My beef is connected to my rice."
Oh wow.
My beef is connected
My
to.
beef is
Is he one of
connected-
those kids?
Of course
no.
he is.
He's never said anything like that before.
Oh.
But I'm like, okay, young Sheldon.
My beef
Yeah,
is
I
connected to
remember
my rice.
when I had little kids and I would hear about all of these other kids who would throw a fit if something was touching something.
Yeah, that's a
if
big
there was
thing.
a
Yeah.
pea in the house and they only like carrots. They couldn't handle
Yep.
the fact there were
Yeah.
even frozen peas in the freezer. I'm like, why are all these kids so neurotic?
I know.
Oh, feeding other children is horrible. I
Yeah.
hate feeding other children. I have to feed other children all the time, and it's the worst. And I don't like it, and it's awful.
What is their problem? Why are kids? Why do
Kids
kids
are
have
just
so
like
many
that.
What kind of food
problems?
do you like? Oh, I like chicken nuggets and carrots. These are the wrong types of chicken nuggets, and we only eat baby carrots, not cut up big
Yep.
carrots. They're too crunchy.
This isn't the way my mom makes them.
This isn't, yeah, like, I have one, there's one specific child that I feed a lot that is really tricky.
Yeah.
He's a tricky kid. She's a tricky kid.
It's not either of my children. It's another person's child that I feed frequently. And we have, we had her for a week once, almost a week.
Oh, wow.
And she just wouldn't eat the food that I'd make. And I'd be like, what
What
do you want
eat?
for
Yes,
dinner?
What will you eat?
I like pasta. I made pasta. She didn't eat my pasta. Our noodles are white because I used whole wheat noodles.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
Alex,
why
my
is this
God.
pasta sauce so light colored? Because I made it homemade and it was like a Bianca sauce. Mm-hmm. She wouldn't eat it
Fun.
because it was too
My
light.
phone is right there. I love you. That's
Oh,
where
look
it
at that.
is.
And then I was
Perfect.
like, okay, like what's your favorite food? Tacos.
Oh.
What do you like in your tacos?
come get it.
Just beans and meat. That's
Okay.
it. Okay, I was like, great. We're gonna get you tacos, beans
You have the
and
wrong
meat.
taco seasoning.
I had the wrong tortilla,
Oh,
but it
it was
was
a flat bottom and it wasn't supposed to
no,
be? Or
it
the-
was it was a white flour.
it was supposed to be yellow,
tortilla.
obviously.
And no, and she's like, I don't know, it just tastes weird. It's too thick. I'm like,
So she just wouldn't eat?
she just didn't eat.
Nothing that isn't exactly
for-
like it's supposed to
yeah,
be
and
at
I was
home.
like, so I ended up bringing her to the grocery store, which she had never been to before.
What?
Never been to a grocery store.
Does this kid
Huh.
live in a...
I know.
Yeah,
And
really.
I was
Yurt
like,
in the
can
forest?
you? I was like, we'll just walk through the aisles and you just point to things that you know you like. I'm like, I don't care if it's Cheerios
Yeah.
and pickles. Like, I
Right.
just want you to eat something because
Yeah.
you're here for an extended
Yeah,
period.
you
of
could
time.
die in a whole week of not eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
just
not
like,
good.
what can I feed you that you will eat specifically? Like, show me specifics. And I texted her parents and I was like,
What does
I
this
need
kid
brand names. I need, where do you get it from? Brand names. Because I'm like, I need her to eat.
Yeah.
eat? Well, I
And
know
yeah.
grown-ups that are super picky.
Dad.
Actually, he'll eat. He won't ever send anything back. He'll just put his napkin over it, and
He'll
Yes,
pick at it
hidden
and move it
now.
around.
yeah, and he'll just kind of put a napkin over. He'll never say I have gotten maybe 3 meals in my life where I'm like, this is either frozen in the middle
Yeah.
Yeah.
or so
Has a
overcooked
fly
I
in
can't.
it?
Yeah, I mean there's certainly something wrong with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some people just send back their food almost every time they get food.
Because
It's
it's
just
not-
It's got to be a
weird.
miserable
specifically.
existence. Although they probably like it. They probably think it's fun.
Maybe.
I don't know. I grew up on Carnation instant breakfast my whole life. I think I had that. Once my mom
Right.
just decided that I could do that on my own and she could sleep in and I could get myself off to school.
Yeah.
Like,
She's like, Carnation instant
See ya.
breakfast for you.
enjoy.
Yep, I drank that stuff every single day for years.
I feel like Fawn would like something like that because she's not a big breakfast kid, but I'm like, you have to eat breakfast. So something that you could just mix together and drink and leave.
Those
Carnation
boost
eggs
shakes.
and
Probably really
breakfast.
I lived on those boost chicks for about a week after my surgery.
Oh, yeah.
They got good protein, good calories.
Boost
Kept me
isn't that
alive.
doesn't have seed oils and garbage in it
Yes,
though.
it does.
It's
Probably.
yeah, it's not
I don't
good.
know.
There's better versions of that.
For $10,000 a bottle, maybe.
No, you can find better versions.
Speaking of protein, last night, it's 1:20. Last night, Sage, for some reason, has been wanting to play this game. You name the meat, and then I say what animal it is.
Okay.
Sounds kind of easy.
Well, you know, like bacon.
Pig.
And then it's like ham, burger.
Also pig. Oh, okay.
Hamburger
Yeah.
is cow,
it
but
is.
ham
Oh.
is pig.
This is true.
You know, I don't know. Anyway, and so I was like, I got down to, I was like, lamb. And
Yeah.
then I got to veal.
Oh, it's a tricky one for
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah, and he
'Cause
was
it's still
like,
a cow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
baby.
cow.
It's a calf.
But then
It's a
I
baby
said,
cow.
and I was like, and I explained what veal was, and Fawn burst into tears
Oh.
for like
Well.
20 minutes
Why?
because she was like upset about because veal, it's like,
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
it's very sad.
I don't eat
It's-
veal
it's
because
not-
it's creepy.
Yeah, they have to keep it
Yeah.
caged.
Certain veal is like that.
That's what makes
That's-
veal the way it is they
Most
can't
veal
move
is just a
around
young
much.
cow, I believe.
I think they have.
Well, yeah, we're talking about like gourmet
If you're doing
versus...
milk-fed veal, like in France and that stuff, I don't know if anybody does that anymore.
Yeah,
Isn't that
sure.
just? I thought that was considered inhumane.
But then she was like
now or
all upset,
something.
and I was like, you know that a lot of the meat that you eat, especially at like restaurants and stuff like that, because we don't really eat meat at home at all, because
Mm-hmm.
I do most of the cooking, and when Dan cooks, he's not gonna like make a bunch of meat
Yeah.
and then be like, good luck, Alex. I'm like, most of the meat that you eat at restaurants and stuff like that is like the animals aren't treated very well. I was just like saying, just
That's
since
why
this
you
upsets
buy
you this
from
much.
responsible farms.
Yeah, I'm like, you can buy
You can.
meat that it's like they're running around and happy and great. but I'm like,
Grass-fed, yeah.
but I'm
Yeah,
like,
we
a lot
always
of-
buy grass-fed
But
beef
I'm like,
if
a
we can.
lot of the meat, especially like since you only generally eat meat at restaurants, is not treated very well, probably.
Right.
And then she was upset about that, and I was like,
Oh,
And then we got the opposite with Colin.
he
we
eats
were-
everything.
We were looking at
eats
his
meat.
farm animals book, and he points at the things and wants to know what they're called. So he points at like the cat, and I'm like, cat. And he points at the tractor, and I say, tractor. And he points at the chicken. I say, chicken. And he goes like this,
okay.
pretending to eat the chicken because
Wow.
he knows that chicken's food. So
When Sage was
he's
like,
like,
listening to all
oh, this
this.
is what I eat, huh?
Sage was listening to all this, and he was like, he ate 3 beef sticks during this conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well,
Speaking of biting things,
oh great.
being bitten by a dog, being in a car accident, wrongful death suits, these are just some of the unfortunate things you may experience that require legal assistance. Let Bradshaw and Bryant personal injury lawyers help make the unpleasant a little more pleasant by representing you. Just visit minnesotapersonalinjury.com or call 320-259-5414 to reach out and start putting the past behind you.
I noticed that Margaret said, I don't want bell peppers and onion in everything.
It's in everything.
Amen.
God, it's
I'm
in
so
everything.
sick of it. I can't buy any like frozen foods.
No, I haven't
Prepared.
eaten frozen.
Especially from Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
I haven't had a
everything.
frozen meal in I don't even know how long because
Yeah.
it's literally just garlic, onion, bell pepper,
I know.
and
Yep.
then maybe a little bit of something else.
It all tastes exactly the same.
Yep.
It's better to batch cook and freeze things. Oh, so I was at chemotherapy treatment with somebody.
Yeah.
And she was talking about, you know how much you love your air fryer?
I do love our air fryer.
She said that you should get this Ninja glass one because a lot
they're
of the
PFAs and
yeah,
stuff, yeah.
they have a lot of plastics and bad things in the fryers a lot of times.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
So you should check out your air
I'm using
fryers.
this fancy Tovala one.
Oh, Tovala?
Yeah.
Well, that oven?
We did Tovala for a while back in 2023.
I think that's all steel on the inside.
Yeah, I think so.
But I thought you had like an air fryer thing that you used. or
No,
something.
that's what we use. That's our air fryer. We don't have like
Oh.
the basket style where you pull it out or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's basically a toaster oven that also has an air fry setting. And yeah, we use it for
And Instapots.
everything.
You have to make sure your Instapot has,
Ours is a steel.
stainless steel
Yep.
and that it doesn't have plastic components because you get all the. She's up on all the stuff that gives you all the bad things because she's worried about that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
Another Ethanism from this morning, actually. He asked me for a glass of water, or he asked me for a water to refill his water bottle. And he says, Dad, can you refill my water? And I'm like, okay. And he says, wait, no, not Dad. Provitator, can you refill my water?
Profitator?
And I said, Provitator? Do you mean provider? And he goes, yeah.
Provider.
He meant to call me his provider, because I guess he's learned that word somewhere.
He called you
But he called me a
Provitator.
Provitator, which is, that's my new title. Provitator
Provitator.
Barnard. Sounds like something from Warhammer.
Yeah,
Profitator.
PFAS. Yeah, we don't want those in our food.
Yes.
No.
They're very bad. I just posted a thing on the interwebs about wooden cutting boards,
Slice.
that they are actually very much less likely to get you sick than plastic ones. Plus, when you use a plastic one, you're getting all kinds of plastic in your food.
This is true.
Yep.
Yes. So use a wooden one. It's just perfectly fine.
That's what we do.
Yeah. I
We
get
have a lot of cutting boards because we chop up a lot of stuff throughout the day, every day.
I used to have all of these, green for vegetables and yellow
Oh,
for
yeah.
fish
And-
and
Oh,
all
yeah,
of
we got
these.
those. Yep.
Yeah.
No, throw them out.
Chuck them.
Don't even give them to people. They're
Chug,
bad.
chug.
You don't want plastics in your food.
No.
Trust me. Trust me
Generally
on this.
speaking, you don't want plastics.
No,
in
we've been trying to avoid plastic food thingies. It's not easy.
It is
No, it's
not
not
easy.
easy.
All right,
Everything's
speaking of
wrapped.
food that will probably make you sick,
Oh, dear.
here is the latest offering from KFC.
What?
Pretzel bun?
Transition. Nope.
Oreo.
It's an Oreo burger.
Oh, no.
Which it's like chicken though.
It's an Oreo chicken burger.
Why?
Tell me what's...
Fried chicken patty and lettuce topped with brown mashed potatoes and in between 2 Oreo cookie flavored buns.
Why?
Why?
I don't know, and I probably won't know unless I learn to speak Chinese because it's only in China.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah.
It
Or
does?
Japan. Yeah.
Japan and China do weird ass fast food all the time.
They do. They like weird flavors.
They like, yeah.
I can understand the mashed potatoes with the chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that
But
makes
why
sense,
is it
but
brown and
Oreo?
flecked like it's made out of Oreo or something? I don't know.
Well, it sort of looks
No, thank
bad.
you. It does
It
look
sort of
bad.
looks
Yes, it does look bad.
Well,
You're
an
right.
Oreo chicken sandwich
That sounds awful.
really weird.
Yeah.
Like the bun itself, just an Oreo bun sounds weird.
Yeah.
Well, Oreo bun sounds like it would be fine paired with certain things.
Like what?
Can't really think of anything right now,
Jet
but
puffed marshmallow spread.
yeah, I mean, honestly, make some sort of dessert sandwich or
Giant
something.
Oreo
but I don't
vibe?
know. I don't know. Chicken mole, that's chocolate, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But it's not
True.
Oreo chocolate.
It's
Yeah.
not sweet, really.
No,
either.
chicken. Well,
Whereas-
chocolate isn't sweet until you put sugar.
Well,
in
yeah,
it,
it's just
so.
the
No.
cocoa powder.
Yeah,
probably,
mole, I think, doesn't have sugar in it, but I don't know for sure. I'm sure some people put sugar in it.
They probably do. I don't know anything about chicken mole. There's one more quick story we can tell before Kristyn comes on.
Okay.
I saw a news article out of Australia where a man went to a carnival and he was doing the, like those little air rifles where you knock down the cans or whatever.
Yep.
He plays that and he records himself playing it with his kid. Then he goes home, puts it on social media, and goes to bed, and then goes to jail because he had an outstanding no firearm order, and the little air rifle at the carnival counted as a firearm.
Are you kidding
So
me?
now he is in jail. So
Where is this?
So in Australia.
That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. So if any of you have a warrant or whatever out there, an order not to use firearms, stay away from carnivals because apparently you can go to prison for that.
Oh my gosh.
That doesn't even make any sense. It's not his rifle.
No, but he used a rifle.
I don't get it. What's
Yep.
going on out there?
Thumpity thump thump. That's a good question.
Is someone trying to get in?
Is Sage in here?
Sounds like somebody has a microphone going through the speaker.
Huh.
Or like some sort of weird.
Sounds like he's thumping around upstairs.
No, he just stood. He's out there and he just stood up. I
That's
don't know
weird.
what. It
Did
was
you
coming
guys-
from the speaker.
Did you guys hear that out there?
The
And
thumping?
the audience?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the audience. We heard it on this speaker.
I don't know.
Due to the PPI settings and what they shoot, they are lethal. That is true. They are literal
But
rifles.
the guy went to a carnival,
And it's
used,
chained
used
down.
it in an appropriate manner, left the gun, and went home.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That kind of law enforcement just is stupid to me.
Yes, it is.
I don't think he did anything wrong. I mean, I really don't.
It's
but
the letter, but not
whatever.
the spirit, you could argue.
Exactly. That's just dumb.
That's just.
It is. Some stuff is just stupid.
Some stuff is just stupid.
It is. Like,
But-
like people that go to prison when they owe the government just a little bit of money.
Yeah.
They should just
Yeah.
fine the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Garnish their wages. Don't put them in jail. It's just stupid.
I know.
That is dumb.
You know what's not stupid is the fact that Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News is brought to you by North American Banking Company. Visit nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Here she is.
We have things to discuss, do we
So
not?
many
Dead people to
things.
talk
My
about.
gosh.
I was going to say we have our 3, but we really have our 4, it seems like. 'Cause
4.
we had
4?
Hayden Panettiere, we had Shelley Fabre,
Oh,
we
yeah,
had,
yeah.
and And then we had, of course, Dolly yesterday and Tim yesterday.
And Tim Curry, yeah.
Yeah, Tim Curry. I saw that article about him this morning. I was like, I had completely forgotten about him. He was in so many things and was such a big deal for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he unfortunately had that severe stroke in 2012, which left him partially paralyzed. So he's really been off the radar over the last decade, unfortunately.
He never recovered from his stroke?
It left him he was wheelchair bound and
Oh,
struggled with
God.
speaking. It was a massive stroke.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, it was really, really sad. I just was watching, I put the clip up on my Instagram story of it's Tim Curry, Bernadette Peters, and Carol Burnett doing Easy Street from Annie. And it's so good. And it's so funny because when that movie came out, it was considered a disaster because John Huston spent a lot of money and it wasn't the interpretation that everyone had known and loved on Broadway. But if you go back and look at it, it's a masterpiece of character actors. Anne Ranking, who's no longer with us, plays incredible Grace. There were so many good performances in there.
Someone in the chat says, KB2, when did J.P. Morgan die? Well, he died March 31st, 1913, so you're a little behind the times with that news.
Are we concerned about J.P. Morgan dying?
Yeah, what does that even mean, Jay?
I'm not even sure.
He died in Rome, the Kingdom of Italy, which doesn't exist anymore. That's how long ago he died.
Interestingly enough, yesterday was the anniversary of Tom's mother's death. My sister died on the same day of his mother's birthday.
Oh.
This is years ago, a couple of years ago. And something else weird happened. It was like, and then I just kept on more death yesterday. I was like, what's going on today? This is scaring me.
Oh my gosh.
crazy.
Got to look out.
I know.
August 25th.
August 25th is the day. And I have a feeling that Tim Curry's family held off on the news because of Dolly yesterday. Because Tim died yesterday as well. So I think that they, you just kind of give the person their day and then you go, okay, by the way, Tim died yesterday too.
J.P. Morgan, spelled Jaye, P, the middle initial, then Morgan.
Who is that?
She was a singer/actress, and she died 2 days ago.
I don't know who that is.
I'm not familiar with who that is either.
Don't either.
Mary Margaret Morgan was her birth name.
Life is just a bowl of cherries. That's all I want from you. I don't know. This is
How old was she?
94.
She was 94, so
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that'll happen when you're 94.
Yeah,
You will die.
that
Yeah,
will
it's just
happen.
kind of generally how that
Yeah,
goes.
I think I realized Dolly was 80, but I feel like that just knocked the wind out of my sails. I was telling Bill, he walked in the door and I'm like, Dolly died. And I'm like, my voice cracked. I'm like, I don't even know Dolly. Why am I getting emotional about it? But I just think she was such a good person, such a great humanitarian.
She rounded up, I don't even know, 40 million books for kids.
Oh, yeah, Imagination Library.
Imagination Library.
I tried to do that when my kids were little, but we didn't live in an area where it was provided.
Really?
Yeah, you have to live, I think, kind of more rural.
Oh, okay.
Underserved area, but where it goes.
Where you don't have a free library. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
she was amazing. I sent you, I think, Andy, a little clip of her doing a song on his Johnny Carson show.
Yeah.
She's sitting there with, I don't even know, 4-inch red nails, playing the guitar,
gosh.
and just singing to Johnny Carson about how, he makes people's careers, basically.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I think I can play a
how is
little
she
bit of it.
playing this guitar with those nails? I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Talent.
Years of practice.
Oh, okay. Here she
Let's
is. Look
see.
at and those wigs. She was something
Now, it's not
else.
supposed to be too serious, so. I have come a long way from the hills of Tennessee, and I've worked hard to make the folks back home real proud of me. Now everybody knows my name, no matter where I go, but I never really made it till the Johnny Carson show.
Well, there you go.
So sweet.
And she did have very long nails on.
I know that was the most amazing thing that she could play with those nails.
Yeah.
We know she wore the wig and everything, but I'm also fascinated by the fact that she always wore long sleeves because she has tattoos all
Oh,
over
I
her
didn't know
upper
that.
arms.
Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
so we don't know what she looks like with all of her tattoos.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. She was such a nice person. She put out videos all the time. Excuse me. About talking to kids about self-esteem and respecting yourself and believing in yourself, no matter what anybody tells you you look like or sound like or act like. Just don't believe them. You have to believe in yourself. She was such a nice person.
Yeah, and people who work at Dollywood, I believe, she'll pay tuition if you're a full-time employee. Like, there's a lot of good benefits to working at Dollywood, and people stay long-time employees there because of that. I hope that continues. I hope she's made plans for that in her estate.
Did her husband die last year, I believe?
Last year,
I
last
saw?
March 2025.
Did she have children?
No children.
She didn't have any children.
No, and the it looks like her estate. I did read an article that said she redid her estate after Carl Dean, her husband, passed away. They've been together almost 60 years, and that I'm sure she's taking care of some of her family members. So, her nephew was her security guard for decades. I'm sure that there's some sort of money being left to them, but a majority of her $500 million is going to charity.
That's wonderful.
$500 million. Wow.
Yeah, I read, I'm sure all kinds of heartwarming stories about Dolly are going to be coming out. And I saw one this morning about a photographer that witnessed, I can't remember the celebrity. He had actually OD'd. And the photographer, instead of taking a picture of this celebrity laying there on the sidewalk, went and called an ambulance. And when he came back, I guess it must have been before cell phones. I don't know. He came back and the body was gone, and the person was gone, who I don't know if he died. Well, that's not the whole point of the story. The point of the story is Dolly heard about the fact that he didn't take a picture of this person lying there OD'd on the sidewalk, and he was a paparazzi. So she called him up and said, I'm so happy that you called an ambulance and you did the right thing instead of exploiting his addiction and all of this stuff. And she invited him to her house for a private photo shoot.
Oh, wow.
That's
Someone
the kind of stuff that
Charlie
she
just said it
did.
was River Phoenix. River
It
Phoenix.
was
who
River
passed.
Phoenix.
Oh.
Did he die that day, I wonder?
River Phoenix overdosed on the corner on a sidewalk in Hawaii on Halloween night.
Yep. That was a great story. I mean, who does that? Most people read that and go, oh, that's nice, and flip the page,
Now it would definitely happen. Someone would have taken that photo and sold it.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Well, and
that's-
it wouldn't have even been a paparazzi. It would have just been some random person with a cell phone.
'Cause we're all
Well,
armed.
Oh, so
Yep.
that was 1993, so that was before everybody had a cell phone.
Well before, yes.
And so did he die that day?
He did.
He did.
He
Oh,
overdosed.
he's only 23.
He could have made that photographer could have made a ton of money selling
Yeah.
it to
His name was
And-
River Jude Phoenix.
Jude.
And it was Joaquin, his brother, who made the 911 call. So if you ever hear the 911 tape, it's
Ooh.
Joaquin. Yeah, he watched his brother die on the sidewalk. Yeah, and that was Johnny Depp's club where he died, and it was a known party spot in Hollywood, especially at that time. Heroin, cocaine,
Yep.
all were regularly done on Sunset Boulevard there.
Acute multiple drug intoxication.
Yeah, coke and heroin.
All sorts
Yeah.
of drugs
Do
in
not want to
there.
mix those.
Wow,
Really?
That's a lot of stuff.
That's what took out Chris Farley.
That's what takes out a lot of people.
Yes.
He was only 23.
But
Yeah,
the shocking thing about River Phoenix, though, was that he was vegan at a time when people were like, vegan? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
It's like, good
it
for
was
you.
shocking that he was a vegan and also a drug addict. It just was like mind blowing.
It's like when I see
Doesn't make
It's like when I
sense.
see people smoking cigarettes outside of Whole Foods. I'm like, what do you what?
If you don't care, just don't care. All the way.
Well, it's always funny. People will argue about something medical and then they have a face full of Botox. And then I'm like, well,
Oh yeah.
you gotta reconcile some of that because you know it's either like go all natural or not at all or whatever. But
Charlie from the chat says, when someone commented on Dolly's tiny waist, she said, nothing grows in the shade. Those weren't naturally. But I mean,
I doubt it.
I
No,
saw
they weren't.
I saw pictures of her when she was very young, and they were very large.
But she had multiple plastic surgeries over the years. She was very open about it. She wasn't that person. She was like Joan Rivers, like I got a facelift, I got my boobs done. She was not that person to be like, I don't know, I'm exactly the same as you saw me 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I always appreciated that because it doesn't help people to just be like, oh, I just use this great face cream. You should buy it.
Yeah, right. Well, and yeah, and like now everybody with taking GLP-1s, and they're like, oh, I just started
Yeah.
eating
Pilates.
breakfast at
Yeah.
10 and walking 10,000 steps a day. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
We can all tell.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. Mindy Kaling during the pandemic went from, curvy figure to very, very thin. And
Yeah.
she's like, I hiked every day. And listen, hiking in Los Angeles is a really nice walk on an incline. It's not
Yeah.
it's not you're in Colorado in the Rockies doing a massive
Right.
hike with carabiners. And I just was like, come on, girl.
Yeah. Well, and it's like no matter how much you hike, you'd have to also like take drastic diet restrictions.
Absolutely.
To, like lose, she probably lost what, like 50 pounds?
And she was pregnant several times throughout that era. So,
Yeah.
there's postpartum weight to deal with. And it's funny. It's just funny the way sometimes Hollywood likes to spin things. I'm like, I think it's helpful just.
no.
Oh, she
Froze.
froze.
Frozen.
She has frozen. Mindy Kaling lost 40 pounds.
I was gonna say
Oh,
40.
what's the big deal?
Oh, she's.
Oh, you're back.
Sorry.
You were
back.
frozen
You
for a
froze
second.
for just a sec.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it was not.
It's probably your most brilliant line ever.
Ever.
And we missed
Ever.
it. And we
Oh,
missed
no.
it.
You missed it. I was just, I don't care about celebrities doing GLP-1s, but it's, if you're all of a sudden 300 pounds and now you're 150,
Yeah.
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 you kind
It's
of have
just
to
like-
address it.
It's just better to be candid about
Yeah,
it.
why not just say the truth?
Yeah, like, oh, I started
Because you
taking
can do
GLP-1, like,
GLP-1s and you could go hike.
can- you
And
could
you
do
can
both.
weight
Change
lift.
your nutrition and
Yeah,
all
you
of
can
that stuff.
change
And
your
it helps
life, yes.
somebody else. It might help somebody else too.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's true. Anyway, they're still talking about Dolly.
I think everybody will always be talking about Dolly.
She said her look was based off the town
Ah,
punching bag, if you know what I mean.
okay then.
I don't know. That was kind of her sense of humor, though.
Yes.
KB2, are you on Wi-Fi?
I am. I am plugged into the router.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yesterday.
you're plugged in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday, our whole thing was just down for a
Yeah,
while.
you called me at 7:45 a.m. because there was no TV.
Well, Dad was panicking.
Oh, gosh.
And I had unplugged the thingy and plugged
go
it back
for a
in,
walk.
and then it still didn't
Gotta
work,
just-
and that's why I
You
called
can survive without television, I
can.
promise.
We don't even turn
I
the
do
TV
it.
on until at least 11
Well,
every day.
the podcast
I-
can't survive without the internet, so.
That
I
is
can't
true.
tell you the last time I turned my TV on. So,
But you still
No.
want to have Wi-Fi. Even if you're not watching the TV, I feel like having Wi-Fi is
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Whether we like it or not.
It's
true.
And speaking of that, Meta, we finally have like the final judgment handed down, and this is pretty big. Remember,
Okay.
47 states are suing Meta for all the harm that they've done to children in terms of social media. So the judgment was
Okay.
handed down. It's a $17 billion settlement, which of
Se-
course is only a fraction.
Yeah.
Meta's revenue in 2025 alone was 201 billion. So this
Yep.
is just
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
it's
Pocket
nothing.
It's a toothpick.
It's pocket change.
Yeah.
But a lot of the states will be using the money, of course, to go to after school programs, summer activities. Like they're going to be utilizing that to kids' benefits, which is good.
What did they prove was the harm caused?
The harm is caused because oftentimes the algorithm is pushing like eating disorders. Because there's a lot of eating disorder content, there's a lot of self-harm content out there, and Meta does not screen that. It's the same thing with political stuff. Like you'll get stuff that is not true, and they push
Yeah.
it out anyway because they eliminated a lot of those guardrails after the pandemic of just like, well, it's free speech, so and now
What are
anyone can
the-
just basically write anything.
What are the 3 states that aren't suing?
Yeah, that's a good
Good question, actually. Alaska,
question.
Hawaii, and I don't know.
I don't know. That is a good question. But California was leading the way on this. So
Yeah.
I will say that the other thing that they're going to do on the Meta side, they're adding safety features. So they're going to do a hard cap, I believe 2 hours, daily time limits, pauses for children using Facebook and Instagram. And then it's going to eliminate push notifications, which allows you to say like you got a message or a post
Yeah.
during weekday school hours. And then they're going to bring in robust age assurance measures and age appropriate content controls to prevent bullying, harmful materials, about eating disorders and self-harm. So we'll see
I
how
love the
this
word
works.
robust. That
Robust.
could mean just
Robust. That is
anything, right?
corporate speak. It is
Yeah, I was
such
gonna
corporate
say
speak.
it's like, yeah,
And for
And
parents, there's going to be more parental controls and limits on social comparison features such as like counts. Because psychologically, if you post a photo, there is something to your brain of getting X amount of likes. I know that
Yes.
sounds
Yeah.
crazy, but especially
Because
to
it-
kids.
yeah.
it used to say on Instagram like how many likes each picture had,
Uh-huh.
and now it's been a couple years that it doesn't say the number anymore.
Good.
Huh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah.
what was the comment that the original lawsuit was for something trillion?
1.7 trillion, I think they said.
1.7 trillion, and they only got what?
17 billion.
Huh.
Only 17 billion.
Only 7
Yeah.
Well, I know, but
only.
like she said, when they're making
Last year alone, 201 billion.
hundreds of
Yeah, no, I
billions,
know. Yeah, that's
Then-
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
that'd be like finding an average person like $5,000 or something like that.
that's what I don't understand. It's like the only thing that a corporation is going to understand is a punitive damage for a ton of money before they're, I mean, because they can just write that off.
Yeah.
That doesn't affect them whatsoever.
Yeah.
A trillion, they might
Yeah, they
sit
might.
up and take notice about.
5 years of revenue? Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
they'd probably be pretty upset about that.
Maybe they would actually change their ways.
And I will die on the hill that social media has accelerated the political divide and not really tried to rein any of that in whatsoever. All it does, I mean, you see one Facebook post, even a friend, and then people are arguing in the comments to each other.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not great. It's not healthy. Because it's telling you, oh, my neighbor voted this way and I voted this way. And now, we hate each other because we're on the opposite side. You probably weren't having those conversations at the block party before, but now you're having them online.
Yeah.
Now you no longer have that block party with your neighbor.
Well, the politicians, unfortunately, are online and they're driving a lot of it.
They are.
Yeah. But remember that Meta has the ability to at least have guardrails in terms of like, this is fake news. Let me take this off. And they let it go. All the AI stories, even entertainment wise.
Yep.
They'll just say, I don't know, pick a celebrity. They'll go, Julia Roberts is pregnant. And people will believe it's an AI story, but they let it run and there's 500 comments on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Engagement.
Do they make just a ton of money just
Yeah.
because people click on it?
Monetize it, put ads on it.
Yeah. And you can monetize any of your reels if you do it. And Facebook pays out even more than TikTok does.
Yeah, LA Nick has said that he monetizes his content. He puts out a bunch of videos, like 2 videos a day or something like that. And he's making like 6 figures monetizing these
Yep.
videos.
Wow.
Because some of them are getting millions of views.
And people will believe because they're not going to take the time to go research, is Julia Roberts actually pregnant?
Right.
She's almost 60, but someone will believe it. That's the crazy
Yeah.
part.
Someone will
Yeah.
believe
No,
it.
but you can just type that in your browser and get that information.
don't do
in
it, though.
one
They
second.
They
just
don't.
Like-
They don't do that. They're only going to
Yeah.
read like exactly what's in front of them or watch that video that's in front of them. And Meta got rid of a lot of the moderators who used to remove stuff like that from their
Yeah.
platform, and that it's caused so much harm
Yeah. Well.
in the last few years.
Speaking of things that have caused so much harm, Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Memory Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is the place I highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care focused facility that has a full nursing team always staffed within the building 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire Medina is now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, and they are a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com.
I just recommended them to somebody last week.
Should I say back to you, sister?
Not a lot of love for Facebook on the posts.
No,
Yeah.
which is interesting because a lot of our business is done through Facebook. That's where we put our reels, and that's where we get the vast majority of views on our reels. Facebook
Well-
is very important to us for growing.
Well, certain
Well,
certain things it's great for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
I've always thought that way about Twitter. It's like Twitter/X, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's a great platform for like if you're a business or a celebrity or whatever and you want to put out news. Like let's say, I work for Target or whatever and we get some new thing and I can tweet out, hey,
Yeah.
we got this new thing, and people will be like, look, new thing.
Right.
But then you got the vast majority of it is just like random people giving their random bite-sized opinions completely devoid of any context, and that I don't get.
Yeah. Well, like I was talking about not too long, I think on Monday maybe, there was a bunch of ladies who decided that they couldn't stand Tom, and they got on Facebook and started this whole anti-Tom campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, it was their whole lives. Honest to gosh, these people spent hours on how much we hate Tom.
Oh, Kristyn, I'm sure Kristyn knows what snark subreddits are, so she knows exactly how deeply
it's just- yeah.
how deeply
Get a
blemished
life,
these people
people.
can be. Oh, God,
People have a lot of free time on their hands, and that's
They
what
do,
shocks
and they
me.
should do so many other things. There's
Well,
so
and
many other
it's-
things to do.
I mean, you also have to realize, like, whatever anger that they feel is within themselves. It doesn't really necessarily have to do with the person that they're directing their anger at all the time. And you're
Yeah.
sitting there, like, what is it about you that feels so bad that you, like, need to spend 3 hours, doing a Reddit snark page or making a video about someone or, writing huge paragraphs or blogs? It's very strange to me.
Yeah. I think it's really great for recipes, workout stuff. I'd like to read about nutritional things and
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
I will say the difference between like Reels on Facebook and Reels on Instagram is wild.
Yeah.
Like
It's the same company. That's the weird thing.
but like Instagram, I go on Reels and it's like, oh yeah, this is all stuff that is interesting to me. Like it
'Cause
makes
your
sense
algorithm
because my
is-
algorithm like works.
Yeah.
Facebook, I'll go on there and it's like some stuff, sure, other stuff, I'm like, what? And then lately on Facebook, I've been getting, it's clearly AI. It's like an Amish looking woman. And she's like, did you know that if you mix oats and peanut butter
Oh, yeah,
together,
I've seen those. Yep.
and then cottage cheese and yogurt and maple syrup, and you put it in the oven, and you'll have cheesecake bars. All of my recipes are free online.
Nothing's free online.
Just pay, have a look and pay what you think you should.
What?
And then 10 minutes later, it's the same exact information, but now it's an Amish guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just people trying to get money for random stuff for recipes that probably don't even work.
Probably not. Yeah, my favorite is when they're like, if you put an oven in your air conditioner, or you put a lemon in your air
I was
conditioner.
like, oven in your air conditioner.
And then you spin around clockwise 3 times, you won't believe the result. And then,
Yeah.
of course, they never tell you what the result is because there is no result.
Yeah.
But it gets tons of people commenting, oh, yeah, I got it. What is this? What does it do? Because
Yes.
that's how people are, and that's how you get engagement.
Yep.
Yeah. I know, you
It's so
do
strange.
tend to see the same things. Because I bought Fawn a hoodie
You did.
for Christmas, or was it her birthday? Comfort. Have you
Oh,
seen,
the
has that
Comfort.
been splashed all over your feed?
Comfort?
The brand is Comfort.
COMFRT.
Comfort.
Ever since I bought that for her, oh my God, I get hoodie.
Yeah, I know.
Fatigue.
You know,
I get
you can
cat
tap on it
everything.
and say, I'm not interested in this.
do, and I get another brand and another brand and another brand. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my
Keep
God, she
saying-
bought a hoodie, everyone. She must want 200 hoodies a year.
I will say, she may need, I thought about that and I was like, she might need a bigger size of pants because she grew a bunch.
Yeah,
this
I
summer
don't
or
like the
something.
fact that you buy something on the internet and then every company in America or the entire world knows you bought a hoodie
Yeah.
and then they're trying to market to you. It's really irritating.
Oh, well, I've been looking for watch bands because I bought this watch band and then mom was like, it's going to give you cancer and kill you. And so I was
Oh,
like,
that's
okay, I guess I'll look for a different watch
PFAS?
band.
No cancer watch bands. Let
Yep.
me Google that.
And I looked and there are brands, but they're like $55
Of
for a
course they
watch
are.
band. I'm like, this was $17.
You can get one that's like, you can get a, like, woven ones made out of, like, I don't know, cloth or burlap or whatever. they make
Burlap.
things
I'll
out
get a
of.
burlap one.
Probably burlap.
Yeah,
Just use
turning up your
twine, baling twine.
is good advice. T. Larsh just said, turn off your Siri or voice activation because they're listening to you at all times. So
Literally all
They
times.
really
Yeah.
are. I know.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
but
have
now
my
I
Siri
get-
turned off.
I don't even know how many watch brand bands
Yeah.
or ads every single day. I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah.
this is
Mine is
been
all
fun.
cat stuff. It's like cat
Yeah,
water
yeah.
fountains, kitty food, treats.
How come they don't make things out of burlap anymore?
Because it's itchy.
It's a noble fabric.
It is itchy.
It's a noble fabric that I don't want to wear.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't want
Wants
to
burlap.
wear it, but I don't.
What's
what
burlap
What
made
even?
out of?
Yeah. What is
Flax
Is
or
it like the
something?
burlap tree? I don't know.
Can I have the?
The burlap plant.
What is? Yeah. What the?
From
what is
Burlapia.
burlap?
It's like wool. I wish I could wear wool, but it's
Yeah,
so
wool can
itchy.
be
I
itchy,
can't
yeah.
It's
stand
made
So
from
itchy.
jute,
But it's
mostly
so-
from jute, which is a type of
plant.
plant.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, there you go. I know jute is used in like
Ropes.
seafaring
Yeah,
trades,
ropes.
whatever you want to call them.
Yep, it's very strong.
When you're
Noble
when you want to
burlap.
moor your sloop, you want to go for some jute.
I'd like to go back to you just go buy a cookbook. You don't have to, belong to some sort of $9.99 a month recipe club.
I just guess at this point. I'm like, I know what things go good together, roughly what ratio,
And
and
what I
almost
like.
always turns out fine.
And
I
what
will
like to
say,
eat. Yeah.
I will say, I started doing Hungry Root, which people get fed on Instagram and online
Fed.
all the time.
I get fed that stuff too.
I
And
started
haven't
doing
had
it,
a
and I was like,
subscription.
"This is the greatest thing ever."
Hungry
How many
root.
days a week do you do it?
Great. 3.
For
Just for
dinner?
dinners and then snacks. I'll get
that's
like
good.
snack stuff too. But it's like I, as the person that does most of the cooking in the house, get so tired of planning the meals for
Yeah.
all of the people.
Believe
Yeah.
me, I know.
And like, okay, I have to go get. It's just like one dinner is like 2 hours of my mental energy and time.
Yep. Easily.
And I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I need a break. Because then it's like, okay, I'll just make the same stuff that I always make. But then it gets boring. And like our family likes to eat lots of different types of things. And so, yeah, it's like it just puts, you can put your preferences in and it gives you meals. And it's like, do you want, I was like, I want quick family meals that are like still healthy.
I know I've done that before, but it just kind of turned into everything sort of tasted the exact same from whatever service I was using. I know there's a zillion
Yeah, we've used a
different
bunch
ones
of them.
now.
Hello
Yeah.
Fresh or
Well, this
Hello
is-
Kitchen or something like
Yeah.
that.
This is kind of like a combination between like HelloFresh, like meal prep stuff,
Yeah.
and like Thrive Market, where it's like buy your groceries online and like they're
Right.
healthier and stuff. It's like a combo of that.
Okay.
Sounds convenient. Might
Yeah,
have to
so
look
I
into
get
it.
I get 3 dinners a week, and then I get like protein bars and snacks for the kids, and it all just comes to my house. And
How
then,
much do you spend a month on groceries?
Oh God, I can't go to the for 2 people. I can't go to the
Yeah.
grocery store for less than $100.
I used
anytime.
to every week spend probably $250.
You were at least there, yes.
Yeah,
Easily.
at least
Not- yeah.
$300.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
We're at like $300 to $350 a week.
And I will say, I think that this probably saves me money,
Oh yeah.
Because you don't throw
Because-
it out.
and I'm not wandering the aisles of a grocery store as much.
Oh.
Like when I go to the grocery store, I'm like, I need to go to the produce section, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or I need, like we're out of maple syrup. It's like I go there for specific stuff rather than like, because when you're grocery shopping for the week, you're like
Just go
going
down
through
every aisle and be like,
and
"You
it's
know,
like, oh,
this-
okay,
this looks
Yeah.
good."
So I'm like,
2 for 1 chips.
I'm for sure saving.
Chips. I can't believe chips are like $8 now. I'm like, how did that
easily.
happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
It's
get an
so-
avocado oil hippy dippy one, and it's $12.
Yeah, and I'm like, that is so. I mean, I love chips. That's like my favorite snack. But to me, it's not worth it. Like the $10. I'm like, forget it.
Yeah.
It's not worth
It
it.
is. It's outrageous how much everything costs.
Everything
it really
is. Very
is.
expensive.
Yeah,
Yes,
I've
it
been
is.
going to my local farm stand now for produce. I'm like, I don't trust what they're selling in the grocery store anymore. So
What
Well,
are
yeah.
they? Yeah, but you don't even know where the farmers market stuff is coming from either.
we have a farm right down the street.
Oh, you have a
Emmanuel.
real
Yeah,
farm.
we have a real farm.
Oh,
We have
a real farm.
A real
Okay.
farm stand. Not the farmer's market, farm stand. So that's where
Oh,
we've,
okay.
and they said that this has been their busiest summer ever. So I'm not the only one who had the same thought.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know. I was talking to somebody I posted something about grass-fed beef and, how you don't know what anything is coming from overseas. You don't have any idea what they're feeding it. They can say anything. I mean, they're shipping it for why don't we just eat the cows that are grown in America? Why do we have to ship them
I know,
in
it
from
makes
Argentina?
no sense.
I mean, you talk about, you know, the environment and pollution and using oil and all of that. It's got to cost a lot. How much does a cow weigh? 1,000 pounds?
At least. Yeah.
You're shipping all of that across, you know, oceans and everything else. Just why can't we just say, you grow your stuff and eat it there? Just stop
Yeah.
bringing it in from all over the world.
Yeah, I was like with everything happening with that, I'm like, well, at least In-N-Out, I know sources their own meat. They have their own ranch. So I'm like, that at least I can eat, but it's hard otherwise to know where your meat's coming from.
Oh, In-N-Out does?
Yeah, they own their own ranches. That's why they
Huh.
don't franchise. So it's a family-owned operation. And when they expand, it means that they've bought a ranch with their own source of meat.
That's nice. And then
Yeah.
also Shake Shack has been doing all kinds of good things too. I think they're all grass-fed beef now, and they've gotten rid of the seed oils and all that stuff too.
Yeah, because Chick-fil-A went to, I don't know, they changed their chicken and it's not great. Like I know a lot of people have said it's
Oh,
like it's
yeah?
rubbery and yeah.
Why would they change
I know.
when they've got cars lined up for a mile at
Yeah.
each Chick-fil-A? Why would they change it?
I don't know. I think that they're doing like some of their chicken is now like lab grown, like some of that like rubbery weird
Oh, that
stuff.
could be.
No. Why would they
Ew.
do that?
I don't know.
I don't get
Cut
it.
costs.
Well, raise the price. Most people love Chick-fil-A so much that
People are
they
Chick-fil-A
and many,
maniacs.
many workers that are in their pickup trucks, they go and they get their Chick-fil-A sandwich every single day and a drink. That's what they eat. And they're going to change it, and then people aren't going to like it anymore because it's going to. I mean, lab-grown meat has to taste bad, I would think.
And
You
this
would
is
think.
this is the accurate. So spring of 2024, Chick-fil-A shifted its sourcing policy from no antibiotics ever to no antibiotics important to human medicine to manage supply demand. So that's where the
Oh,
shift is, just so everyone
yeah.
knows.
Well, and Chick-fil-A's used to be kind of sparse. Like we
Yeah.
had one around us, so it was like if you wanted to go to Chick-fil-A, it was like kind of a
I had never
like a
gone to one.
special occasion thing. I mean, I don't eat chicken, so
That's true.
I mean,
but
but
yeah.
would you pay $1.50 more for a sandwich that you knew wasn't lab-grown meat? Yes, obviously you would.
I know, but she said it was because of supply demand. Because now Chick-fil-A's are popping up
They're
everywhere.
everywhere. We didn't have them in
Yeah.
LA at all, and now they are everywhere in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we didn't have them in Minnesota for
No.
a really long time, and then we had like one go up in Bloomington
Yeah,
that
they-
it was like that's the one Chick-fil-A around, and now there's one in Eden Prairie, there's one in Shakopee, there's one in it's
Yeah,
like they're
all
everywhere.
They've been around all over Florida for a very long time. Maybe they're a Florida company. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not a huge chicken fan to begin with, but I'll eat it a little bit here and there. But I do like a good burger every once in a while. So now it's like,
Sure.
okay, I really want to know where my burger's coming from. So I feel like In-N-Out's going to be, and Shake Shack could be too. We've got those around here too.
I think
say, we don't have
Culver's
In-N-Out.
also has some sort of good meat source too. I believe Culver's does a good job.
But the fact that we have to
Right.
do all this research before we go and grab a meal is
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of crazy.
It
Yeah.
is crazy because corporate greed.
Yeah. Private equity's taken over a lot of places too, and that changes recipes and ingredients.
It surely does.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
That's a Tom thing. What are
What
you
are you
gonna
gonna
do?
do?
He always
What are you
says that.
gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Yeah, he's out. He's golfing today
Oh.
with a client, Bilski, North American Banking Company, who
Visit
apparently
MyBanco.com to learn
doesn't
more.
understand that we don't record on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And
know, I'm
have
like-
him come
Wednesday's the
on
day.
Wednesday.
I know, I'm like
But since he's a sponsor,
Yeah.
I know, I
Well,
love
cut
how
him
he's.
some slack.
I love how he was like, "I'll be working so hard." I'm like, "You're going golfing with a friend."
You'll have a great
he's
time.
shoulder to the wheel, Alex.
Shoulder to the wheel.
Shoulder to the wheel at all times.
Shoulder to the wheel.
What time is it, anywho?
It's 2:04, but the
Okay.
guest has not arrived yet.
All right.
Oh.
Well, so what else is going on? Anything interesting? Other
I
than
know that you guys
everybody's
are
broken?
fans of Emily in Paris, so we have the official premiere date for the final season.
Oh boy.
Those
Drum
episodes go
roll.
by too fast.
They do, and this will be the last season, so I soak it up while you can
Yep.
because it
should start
premieres the
watching
sixth
that.
season on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Is it even 8 episodes a year, or is it 6?
They usually do 8 to 10 with
They do
Emily
8
in
to 10,
Paris.
okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I do love watching the fashion, and they have France so clean and shiny for that
Oh, yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Looks
France is
immaculate.
not this clean and shiny. Let me tell you,
okay.
I've
It
been there
looks
several
immaculate.
times.
It looks fabulous. Doesn't
It
matter.
looks I know they've got everything like hosed down and glistening and everything. I mean, it
And they're
looks
coming
really good.
back to Paris since this is the end. You know, we've been in Italy, we've been in
Oh, that's
Greece.
right,
They're coming
and-
back to
yeah.
France and wrapping up Emily's story because I think she's going back to the States,
Oh,
going back to Chicago.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Emily in
I mean,
Chicago?
her life has been kind of a disaster overseas, so.
what's the name of the actress? I can't think of it. From Emily in Paris.
Oh, Lily Collins.
Lily. Yeah, she looks so much like
Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn.
She does. Her dad's Phil Collins.
Huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
From
did not know
Genesis.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well then.
Oh,
From
And that's
Genesis.
enough, speaking of, we've
Nepo
lost a
baby.
lot of treasures. Phil Collins' health is not good. So let's knock wood, everyone, just to protect
oh,
him.
No.
really? Phil
Yeah.
He's
Collins.
only, he's only 75, but
He's
yeah,
had
I
a
mean,
series of setbacks and he has barely been out in public for quite a
Oh.
while now. Yeah.
I don't know. At a certain age, don't you just go, I don't want to be out in public anymore?
you would think.
Or do they just
Yeah.
crave it all the time? Once
His
you
health
have
is
it, you need it.
Mm.
I don't
You
know.
know.
What's wrong with them?
You know, I don't know what the actual illness is. So, yeah, his physical ailments, 5 knee surgeries, kidney failure from past heavy drinking, a 2007 spinal injury with nerve damage, and complications from contracting COVID.
Oh,
Dear.
wow.
Yeah, so he's
I didn't realize
retired
that
from touring. He had his final concert in 2022, and he now requires 24-hour live-in nurse and needs assistance to walk.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh.
I was going to
didn't know
make
that-
I want a new drug reference, but that was not Phil Collins. That was Huey Lewis.
That was
Huey Lewis.
on the
Huey
news.
Lewis
Same
doesn't.
thing.
He's retired. He can't hear.
You can't hear?
He's deaf.
Well, that makes it
from-
hard.
Yeah.
That'll
he
do
can't. He's had like
That'll
nerve
do it.
damage
I
in his
don't know
ears.
how any musician cannot be deaf after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, those concerts are so loud,
Yeah.
and they're right there. I don't understand.
From when I was a little kid, I remember Dad having bad hearing, and he was always like, because I was wearing headphones listening to rock music for a living for God knows how long.
Yeah, he was.
Turn it down, man. I don't know.
I keep my headphones as low as like still makes sense to even wear headphones.
Yeah.
Like I could, if my headphones were like, if someone was in the room talking, not in a mic, I could still hear them easily because
Yeah.
my headphones are not very high up.
Yeah,
And
I-
I've always been very careful about that.
And then you're sitting next to somebody in an airplane who you can hear whatever they're watching
Oh, I hate
they're
that.
so loud through headphones.
gosh,
I'm like,
I
you
know.
really are damaging your hearing.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, I don't know why it needs to be that loud,
Yeah.
but I guess it is.
Well, Kristen, I feel like we
All
should
right.
let you go.
We should let you
even though we
go.
don't have our next guest, but
All right.
Well,
yeah.
I just heard back from the next guest. They'll be here in a few minutes.
All right, no problem.
But yes, we'll see you. So Alex and I will see you on Friday.
on Friday, I
person
will not see
show.
Kathryn. I can't.
Hopefully
right.
there will be no more deaths for a couple of days.
I know. Everyone, please bubble wrap Phil Collins now that we've like said this.
Yeah.
out.
Now that we put that out there, yeah.
Yep. Bubble wrap him, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, Phil.
Oh, Phil.
I guess that's another thing. I mean, because Dolly looked so good because she had so much surgery.
Well, yeah, I
it's
guess.
hard to believe she was 80.
Yeah, I don't even know what
Yeah.
she died of. I don't even.
Kidney something or other.
Cancer. She had cancer.
Oh,
She had cancer. Yep. She had a short bout of cancer. So, and you know, she kind of, the other thing, she gave a health update 4 days ago because she had been, it's now 5 days ago, but she'd been canceling a couple of public appearances, and her last public appearance was by video. But if you take a look at her last statement, which came out on August 21st, it was her goodbye to all of us. Nobody read between the lines. I know. It makes me so sad.
Oh,
It's just heartbreaking.
I want to read it now.
is. Oh, poor Dolly.
Poor Dolly. All right. Well, we'll see you on Friday for
And I'll see you next Monday.
Next
yes.
Monday. See you next week, Kathryn.
the
Bye,
whole
guys.
gang will be together on Monday. Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right. Our next guest is on the way.
And that's Christina.
Christina Fontanelli. Yes, it will be Christina
Okay,
Fontanelli.
should
I'm not
I
going to
read-
read. I'm not going to read the promo or the thing until she gets here because I'm just going to cut all the interstitial stuff.
Interstitial.
It's interstitial.
Alrighty, Christina.
Whoops,
All right.
that's not the
Oh my
thing
gosh,
I wanted.
hot flash.
Hot flash.
I think so. Boiling all of a sudden.
You know, you can hear that on the mic quite easily.
Sorry, people. I'm having a hot flash.
You could open the door.
That's true. I
It
could.
is very.
It gets
really
hot in
It
here
does.
very
These
quickly.
lights are, I don't know.
The lights aren't
The
putting
lights
out
aren't
any
even
heat.
hot.
No, the lights are LEDs.
I think they still get hot, don't they?
Well,
I
they
get
put
my
out-
nails done. I put them under LED lights. They get hot.
I think those are like heat lights.
No, they're an LED light. They used to use some sort of light that caused cancer or something, so now they do LED.
Well, they used to use UV. Yeah,
UV. Yeah,
UV
don't
is
want UV.
UV is not good for you.
No.
You'll have such tan hands, though. That's all I ever wanted.
Alex sent me a photo this morning. With a
Did you
was that
now?
on your Peloton?
I was on Peloton. I started a Peloton workout this morning, and Mom had just text messaged me, and so I had just responded to her text, and then I started my workout, and right below me is you have like your little picture for your Peloton profile, and it was a dog that looked just like Jude.
Judy.
And when we went to see Sage play soccer the other night, there was a Judy walking around too.
There's a lot of Cavaliers look identical to Jude.
Oh, they are. They're
It's like-
carbon copies.
A lot of breeds, you know, like especially purebreds, you know, they all look pretty similar.
Yeah, like a
But
golden.
Goldens all look pretty much identical to me.
Yes.
Cavaliers are the same way. There's like 3 kinds of Cavaliers,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
that's about it. But then other ones, like Jack Russells, they all kind of look different. You can tell them apart pretty
That's
easily.
true. You really
Yeah.
can.
All right.
Our guest is
Kristyn.
here.
This segment is brought to you by Michael Bryant of Bradshaw and Bryant Personal Injury Lawyers. Visit minnesotapersonalinjury.com to learn more. We have our guest with us, Christina Fontanelli. Hello, Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Oh, tell me we can hear you.
We can't.
Oh,
We
no,
cannot
can't
hear you.
hear you.
It seems like your mic might not be on. Yeah, I don't know. You might have to leave and come back and something.
Can't hear you still.
No, cannot hear
She's
you.
a senior healthcare advocate.
She is a senior healthcare advocate. Oh, here we go. Christina's iPhone microphone. That's probably not right. I'm going to change your microphone input. Let's see. Oh, I can't do it. If you can go into audio settings and change your audio input to the MacBook Pro microphone, I'm guessing that is what you'll need to do.
If you can hear us.
I know she can hear us.
Okay. Good.
Everyone in the world can hear us.
Oh, I hear something.
I hear
Yeah.
something.
Can you hear me?
There we go. There we go.
There we are.
Much
Hello.
better.
There it is.
All right.
It's
So,
always something with those settings.
it's always something.
Sorry, I'm a little late. We didn't get the link quite early. Anyway,
Yeah,
stuff happens.
It does.
stuff
Yes.
does happen.
Sure.
All right, well, so you guys have the bio. Why not read it?
What did I miss,
We're
guys?
gonna read it.
Oh, I was just.
Well, we were just going through the death toll. You know,
Yeah.
Dolly Parton and Tim Curry and who else? Shelley Fabre and
yeah.
I don't know. There was a bunch of deaths
Panettiere.
Yeah,
Yep.
last week
Yep.
with our Hollywood reporter. So
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
talking about it was
Yep.
sad.
Sure.
Christina is an internationally acclaimed soprano.
No.
Nice.
What?
No.
Wrong bio.
What? I think maybe the person I was talking to didn't quite know what they were doing.
I was gonna say because she has a different last name.
Okay.
What is...
Than this.
So tell us
person.
what you do,
Oh,
dear.
Lord almighty. Oh, jeez.
Obviously, Tom
No,
isn't
wait,
here, so we're
that,
a
I'm
complete
curious now.
disaster.
Who's that? I'm curious now. My name is Christine.
Okay.
Okay.
I am an international model, and I have a movie coming out September
Okay.
25th nationwide.
Oh, you're Christine Handy.
I am.
Okay.
We have the wrong Christina. We don't even have the name right.
No.
Okay.
Jeez.
I know. I saw her name at the bottom of her video, and I was like, "That's not the same
Oh,
name."
yeah, we tried to have you on a while back, but you had a flight that got canceled, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
probably.
yes. I remember that.
Probably.
That was about a month ago. Yeah, you were stuck on a flight.
Yes.
Well,
happens
sorry about
often.
that.
Yeah,
Sorry
that
about
happens
that.
often to me.
Well, tell us about your movie.
My movie is about my journey from being a model at the age of 11 to
39 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And the purpose of the movie, and the reason I've been trying to champion it for now 10 years, is because oftentimes we seek out film and TV when we're going through an illness or trauma or, storytelling, which is
Sure.
why you do a podcast, I'm sure. And I found that the movies that I saw were very fear-based. And if you think about a lot of the Hollywood films, Steel Magnolias, the list is long. Philadelphia, not all about cancer, but illness.
Right.
They start with the diagnosis and end in a funeral. And
Yeah.
I thought that was unfair to the community of people going through cancer. And so I thought, well, if I can ever get my book made into a movie, wouldn't that make a splash in the world to have an ending that doesn't end in death and have a survival as the theme? So that's the goal. That's what we're working on. We've already won 14 awards, so somebody likes us.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So
wow.
you've got it's all done.
Yeah, no, it's done. It's coming out nationwide in theaters September 25th. Yeah.
And what's it called?
Hello, Beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I know so many women that have had, all kinds of different kinds of breast cancer. Some that were just very mild, and some that had to do chemo, and some,
Yeah.
But it's very survivable now, isn't it? If you catch it
Exactly.
early enough.
Exactly. It's very survivable, and it's also like an epidemic in the world. The largest number of breast cancer community is from the age of 19 to 39. It
No.
is
What?
no longer an older person's disease. 19 to 39. Those are not my statistics.
Why?
That's true.
Why? Do you know why? Do they know
I
why?
have my opinion,
I would love your opinion because
Yeah.
this is fascinating.
and this is completely my opinion, not based on anything that any doctor would ever say to you. I
Okay.
believe it's our food.
I think it is too.
Now,
I do too.
I have no medical basis for that. I'm just watching this happen, and I'm 13 years out. I was, young when I was diagnosed, and I'm seeing all these young girls get diagnosed, and a lot of it is hormone based. Well, what are we putting in food? Hormones.
Right.
So again, it's just my opinion.
So what did you do anything dietary, like go keto, or is there any?
I didn't. I have a kind of a unique story. I've been allergic to sugar since I was 35 because I had a third of my colon removed, and that portion
Oh.
that portion of my colon everybody's colon is what digests sugar, fructose.
Okay.
And so I felt like I was the healthiest person unhealthy person, let's put it that way. And my diagnosis came out of nowhere. I had no family history of it, which is typical. Only 20% of patients have the gene. And so it was a shocking diagnosis. And I just thought, well, if I can ever get through the 28 rounds of chemo that I'm about to go through, I'm going to really live a different life. And I just decided that I would serve and give back and give hope to a world that kind of needs it.
I totally agree. I remember hearing that breast cancer was on the rise in women under 40 like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, well, there has to be a link. There has to be a reason why young people are getting these, and they're aggressive. A lot of them are aggressive.
Well,
Yeah.
also because those younger women are not getting mammograms, they're not getting the proper attention that they need, which is really a tragedy because a lot of them, and I don't know the statistics, are getting diagnosed later for later stages because what 19-year-old is doing self-exams?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, when do they recommend mammograms starting?
40. I thought it was over 40.
Oh, well, there you go.
They just changed it to 35.
Okay.
For the
Okay.
reason that we're talking about this is because literally the epidemic is that young age, and it's horrifying. So why not a film about survival so that they have an anchor to root, what they're about to go through to, instead of something that starts with a diagnosis and ends with a funeral.
Right.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Melissa's got a relative she's got to be in her 60s, I think, and she had breast cancer. She ended up getting the mastectomy and everything, going through chemo, and the whole time she was going out like salsa dancing while on chemo. And I was like, well, because you think of, and it might be outdated, and it also might be specific kinds of cancer, but when you think of chemo, you think of hooked up in a hospital bed, barely able to speak, and that sort of thing. But these
Right.
days, chemo, a lot of people, they'll get chemo and then they'll go out for a hamburger right after. It's crazy how much things have changed in 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and it depends on the chemo. I mean, everybody's
Yeah.
situation is different. I mean, I had so much chemo. Like I said, I had 28 rounds. I could hardly put anything in my body.
Yeah.
I bet.
And sometimes chemo is what is your demise. Like there were three different nights, one in 2013 in March, one in April, and one in May, where I wasn't sure I was going to wake up the next morning, and I don't think my doctors thought I was going to wake up either.
Oh, wow.
And that type of chemo can really destroy your body. Now, I've had collateral damage since. I had surgery 12 days ago, and now I'm 13 years out, and I'm still having issues. I lost 3 teeth going through chemo. A lot of times people don't want to talk about this sort of stuff, which is why I think people like my story, because I'm just throw it all out there. A lot of people have dental issues because of chemo. Chemo destroys normal, healthy cells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just take your hair, it takes a lot of other things. And I have liver spots, I have heart issues, but I'm here. 13 years later, I'm kicking. I went back to modeling. I became a Victoria's Secret model again as a breastless model and made a splash in the world. And I just tried to use every single part of my pain and all of the things that I had done with my life, like being a model, to help other people.
Well, that's wonderful. I see in the chat, my friend's 23-year-old daughter just went through breast cancer.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, exactly. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and you know somebody who's having a double mastectomy because she was tested for that gene?
Yes, I have a friend that her father just went through some cancer stuff, and he found out that he had the BRCA gene.
Yeah.
And he was like, you should get tested. And she found out that she has it, so she's getting a mastectomy, a double mastectomy in November.
Well, proactive. Good for her.
Because you have a 70% chance of developing breast cancer if you
I know,
have
but
that
wouldn't-
gene.
I don't know. Wouldn't you just monitor it?
Yeah, just
rather
get
than
scans every 3
I don't
months
know.
or
I don't
something?
know. I mean,
I
it's a
don't know.
personal decision, obviously. But
Well, you have a
to
70%
me-
chance. You're more likely to get breast cancer than not
Right.
if you have that gene. So it's just like chop them off and put fake ones in.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, everybody, like you said, it's a personal decision, but
Yeah.
It is a
Yeah.
personal decision.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go full, conspiracy theory.
Love it.
Why not?
Some people are saying in the health communities that getting mammograms can actually give you breast cancer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch that one with a 10-foot pole, and I'll tell
Okay.
you why. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I don't know the answer. I've not done enough. I try not to have an opinion about things I don't know enough about. And
Sure.
that's not my fight, right? Maybe it should be at some point, maybe when the film is launched, and well, actually when the film's launched, I think I'm going to have a personal life for a while, because this is taking 10 years of my life completely. But yeah, I might start investigating that. There's a lot of controversy about it, and there's a lot of mean girls online who are tearing apart the doctors who say don't get mammograms because it's a lot of radiation, and then that group of people is being mean girls to the other group. It's like I don't want
That's
to
not helpful.
I don't want to be a part of any of that. And
Yeah.
I'm not a radiologist. I really don't know the answer.
Well, I was at the doctor just for a quick checkup this week, and I mentioned, she's like, you're due for a mammogram. I said, I know, but why can't I just have an ultrasound? Because if you find something on a mammogram, the first thing they do is give you an ultrasound.
You can have an ultrasound.
She didn't offer me that at all. She said, no.
Go see another doctor.
Is that what she did?
She did. I was like, really? Why can't I? Because ultrasounds are cheaper. There's no radiation.
Go see another
true.
doctor. Find a
that's
different
good-
doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think they'd have some like a specialized machine like a mammogram machine, but it uses ultrasound.
There's
But I'm
a.
guessing there's a reason
Yeah,
they don't.
there-
I don't know.
No,
There
they
is.
do. They do.
Yeah,
Oh, they do.
What's it called?
I can't remember the name.
can't remember,
There-
but yeah.
there are a bunch of those types of places popping up in the country.
Huh.
I can't remember the name of, well, it's like a brand. I mean, there's a brand of them. And again, it's hard for me to speak about it because I don't want to be torn apart for something I really don't know
Right,
the
yeah.
answer to. But yes, I would ask a different doctor. We have to be so proactive with our health. Nobody's going to take care of it. It's like that old saying where, this princess mentality where somebody's going to rescue you. No, we have to rescue ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was your breast cancer diagnosed through a mammogram?
Oh, eventually, I actually found it.
Oh.
It's a longer story than we have, but I did not do self-exams. I was, like I said, the healthiest unhealthy person I knew. and I ended up brushing over my hand on my breast, and thankfully the tumor was right underneath my nipple, so I felt it
Okay.
without even looking for it. And 5 days later, I was diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer. Had I not found it that day, I
Wow.
would not be talking to you.
Wow, that's amazing. Basically, the same thing happened to a relative of mine. Her husband found it. He's like, "What's this?" She's
Yeah.
like, "What?"
Thank God.
Like
Yeah.
this giant lump on
Yeah.
your.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like, "This was not here a month ago." She swore up and down it was not there a month ago, and then all of a sudden she had. I think she said it was the size of almost a golf ball
Wow.
that had grown that fast, and she's lucky to be here. She was in. They put her in the hospital for a couple of months to give her chemo. She was getting that much chemo.
Yeah, no,
But this is also during COVID and all that, and I
Oh,
think they
yeah,
did different
that's-
protocols for people
Yeah.
because they didn't want people coming and going. I don't know,
Yeah.
yeah.
but yeah, she's fine now. I mean, she recovered nicely, beautifully.
Which is why we should talk about survivorship more.
Exactly. And what? Okay, so when people find out that you've gone through this journey, is that part of the reason why you make a film? Is how people react to you? Or I'm sure most people are very pleasant and wonderful about it, obviously, but sometimes people can be a little frightened of people that have been diagnosed with something,
Right.
and it can be a little odd.
Yeah, it's it's funny. I think in general people want to feel like they're contributing when they're in conversation with you about something like that, and they'll say, "Oh, well, my aunt died of that. Oh, my best friend's mother died of that. Oh my," and they talk about all the stories of death. And I don't believe it's ever well, at least in my life, it hasn't been intentional to hurt me. I think people
No.
just don't know what to say. I think they just want to feel like they're
Yeah.
I don't know I'm not a psychologist. I don't know the mental aspect of it. But one thing I can tell you that really is a better thing to say is, how can I help you?
Right.
I
I like that. Yeah.
Instead of saying, I can bring a meal. Well, maybe they don't need meals. Maybe they need something else. Maybe they need somebody to drive their kids. How can I help you in this season of your life? Because that's the thing. A lot of this is just seasons of our life. It's not a death sentence. It doesn't mean it's the rest of your life. So we can compartmentalize it and say, okay, this is going to be a tough season of my life. For me, it was about a couple years. And then my life is going to move on. I'm going to get past this. And I think a lot of people have a hard time saying, well, now that I've had this diagnosis and have, like you said, a scarlet letter of cancer, my life is never going to be the same. Nobody's life is ever the same the next day, ever. Tomorrow, you guys are going to wake up. It's a different day. Everything's different, right?
Right.
So if you tell yourself it's never going to be the same in a negative way, it's going to be negative. If you tell yourself it's an opportunity, use the lesson. I used to go to the hospital all the time, and when I was sick, and I would try to give hope to the people that were around me. That was an opportunity. I was stuck in a hospital. I didn't have to be angry or bitter. I could serve. I could give hope. I could talk about faith to people.
I was going to ask, where do you get your attitude from? I mean,
Well, I didn't always have this. I feel
Okay.
like I grew up starting at the age of 11 as a model, and I worked, and now, I'm still, I retired about a year ago, but so 5 decades. And in that sort of industry, it's very superficial and very transactional, by the way. Photographers or my modeling agency would say to me, if you do this job for this client, I'll get you this other client. That sort of mentality.
Yeah.
And I just thought that's how life worked. And when you grow up with something like that and grow up with superficiality being your main focus and what you take your worth as, that can lead to a lot of insecurity. Because what happens? We age, we get sick, we
Right.
change, we go through, trauma. It doesn't have to be cancer, but it could be divorce. And then all of a sudden, your beautiful appearance is gone or changes, and then you feel bad about yourself. And so when I was diagnosed with cancer and I really had lost everything that I thought my worth was, I rebuilt it. I did the introspective work and said, okay, this wasn't working. I was guest model at the age of 23, and all I could think about in that moment in LA in this amazing photo shoot was what was the next job I was going to get. That wasn't enough. It was like nothing was enough. And then when you're down to nothing at the age of 40, 41 years old, and you're like, I have no idea if I'm going to live. I have 2 young kids at home. What was that? Why does that even matter? At the end of my life, I'm not going to remember being the guest model. I'm going to remember how I took care of my children and showed courage to my community and everybody around me. So don't get me wrong, it's a big change, and it took me months and months and months, but I was kind of flat on my back for 15 months in chemotherapy. I had time to do the introspective work. I could have sat around and felt sorry for myself, but I didn't want to be a vine. Didn't want to be a victim. I wanted to be a vine.
I love that because it's hard sometimes, especially we've known a lot of people in the entertainment business for many, many decades, and it's almost an addiction to the next job, and your self-worth is so tied up in it.
Yes, you're tethered to that. Yeah,
absolutely.
And your self-esteem is tethered to that too. So what happens when you get all of that taken away? You feel really bad about yourself. And that becomes emotional paralysis. I didn't want to live in that emotional paralysis anymore. So I changed.
That's interesting. We just were at a little barbecue over the weekend, and we bumped into some people that we know somebody that he used to be a writer for a bunch of really big time sitcoms and things. And they're like, he is the most mean, sad, crabby person in the whole wide world now. And I'm like, here he had everything, tons of money.
He used up all his funny. So
Everything what society says is everything.
Right.
Well, I know, but I mean, that's the glamorous side of, that's what keeps people watching things, is all the glamour, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're not going to be on top forever.
That's what people covet. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we are out of time already after like 4 different things went wrong at the beginning of the show.
I want to talk.
I'll come back. But go look for the movie September 25th, all over the country. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, beautiful. Okay.
Not a soprano.
Not a
soprano.
Do not Google Christine Handy soprano. You won't find anything.
Maybe she can sing.
Yeah, maybe
No, I can't. No, I can't. I have other giftings. That's not one of them.
So we'll end this segment with the dichotomy of humanity right here. Jay Fuller in the chat, if 1 foot can touch the ground, it's a good day.
There you go.
Oh.
Joe, every day I open my eyes, I wonder what fresh hell awaits me.
Oh, well, there we go.
So
That's not the lesson we're trying to get
Pick
here.
one of those 2 outlooks. I guess whichever works best for you.
Yeah.
But
Well, thank you so much, and good
Thanks,
luck with
guys.
the movie. I hope
Thank
it's a
you.
great, big success.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
yeah, thanks. We'll get you back on for a proper segment one of these days.
Yes.
Amazing. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, well,
That was a cluster fudge in the beginning.
it sure
Who are
was.
you? What's happening?
At North American Banking Company, customers get the best of both worlds, the online and mobile banking options of a national bank with the personalized service of a community bank. Go to nabankco.com/Tom to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And as I put a marker in Adobe Audition here so I know what's going on for the future. This segment is brought to you by Mike Bilski and North American Banking Company. Visit nabankco.com/Tom today. Thank you, Dick Wybrow, for joining us. I'm assuming you are actually Dick Wybrow, and I didn't get that wrong as well.
You do, from Christchurch, New Zealand.
Perfect.
And
Thank you.
I get to follow the cancer lady with the funny robot book guy.
I'm reading your bio here, and I don't think I want to talk
Yeah.
to you because you're just too productive and do too many cool things.
No.
Make me feel bad about myself.
Honestly, a lot of that comes from some significant OCD and anxiety, so I just use that as fuel. So.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's
Yeah, it's good.
You were
It's
born in
healthy.
Winnipeg, just
Yeah.
up the road.
You grew up in Edina, literally just up
I
the
did.
road.
In 1987, you graduated from EHS in 1987, and you were a stand-up comedian. Oh, Scott Hansen. Yeah, he was a
That's
great
right.
guy. Yeah,
Scott
I've
was
seen
great.
him. So, how did you go from Edina to Christchurch?
To get from Minneapolis, to get from Winnipeg down to the United States, I was up there, obviously with my family till I was about 9 years old, and we moved down to the U.S. because my father was a Kiwi, moved to Canada, always wanted to live the United States.
Oh,
And so here we are, the Canadians moved down, and I went to, I think it was Cornelia Elementary. I think it's still there. I think I looked it up, and it actually looks exactly the same that it did when I went there. Unless those are archival photos, which they could be. And so, yeah, I ended up going to that school. I ended up going to junior high school, went to EHS. So, yeah, I grew up in Minnesota, which was an amazing time. I miss Minnesota to this day. I absolutely love Minnesota. My mother still lives there. She lives up in Crystal.
really?
Oh, I
And-
lived in Crystal
Yeah.
until like 2021.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And,
That's a
and
long
so
way to
I,
go.
I call Mama every single week, and so
Oh.
I get my taste of Minnesota every single
Mm-hmm.
week, and I speak like a Minnesotan for about an hour afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. Alex, who just left, normally she's sitting right there, but she just left. She's got a friend from England, specifically West Country. And if anyone out there knows anything about West Country in England, is that their accents are rather thick and it's almost impossible to understand what they're saying. Now, I can understand what she's saying. Her name is Becky.
Well, she says she puts
Right.
on.
Yes,
she
because-
puts on a British accent.
Yep, she'll
for
put on
other
like a
people.
London accent so we can
Right.
understand her over here. But then she calls up her
Right.
dad, and it's right immediately into what language is this?
Yeah, is this even English?
Yeah. It's crazy
I
how
love-
that happens.
I love growing up in Minnesota. I worked at a place called My Pie. It's not there anymore, I don't think. At the mall, I used to go to the France
Oh, the
Avenue
pizza
Drive-In over
place?
there. Yeah.
Oh, I
worked there.
remember My Pie Pizza. Yeah, they were
It was-
these great
it was
big
great.
thick. They
Yeah.
were basically a pie.
Well,
That was a
and
pizza.
the name.
Yep. It was deep
They were
dish, and then
great.
it was OPH on the weekend, so it was Original Pancake House. It was
Those are
it was
still
a
around.
duality.
My
Yeah, it
pies are
was
not
good.
still around, but you can still go to
Yeah.
OPH. No problem.
Yeah, that was so working the that's one of my first jobs, working the dishwasher at OPH, and that is a baptism by fire in the working world, man.
Oh.
Just get globs of syrup and blueberries and pancake smush. It was like, yeah.
It sounds like
That's
a
probably
life with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
I know.
Because
But
I got
it was
those
great.
too.
What time is it
But
in
yet-
New Zealand?
It is 7:30 in the morning.
A.M.
So
Yes.
it's- yeah.
Oh, so you had to get
and,
up early.
and tomorrow. Yeah, and tomorrow.
That's
So,
yeah,
yeah,
oh
we're in the
yeah. So
future.
it's the 27th today, or
Yeah.
for you today, I suppose. Huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
correct.
That's
Very
right.
interesting.
Yeah.
So very confusing to me.
Yes, it certainly is.
I've never made it to New Zealand. It's on the bucket list. I just
We've
don't know
got
if
we've got room.
It's-
come
it's
come
so,
join us.
I mean, talk about a beautiful place.
It is. It is an absolute. Everywhere you, for the most part, everywhere you go, is a picture postcard. I was just walking the dog yesterday morning, and it's one of those where it's like anytime you get into a situation, you know, it doesn't matter how great or really how awful it might be. It just kind of becomes the norm, and it kind of
Sure.
becomes this background noise. But I'm walking, I look up, and there's snow-capped mountains in the distance, and it's like, it's not too bad. It's not
Yeah,
too bad.
No.
you won't see that in Minnesota. You'll see snow, but
No.
not
Yeah.
mountains.
So
Yeah.
did you
But I-
move to New Zealand for a job or just because you always wanted
Well,
to go there?
So I was in radio for many years,
Oh.
and as I mentioned to Andy before, I grew up listening to Tommy B,
Oh.
and yeah, who was great. Is
Yeah, and
great.
he was going to be here, and then he all of a sudden wasn't here, unfortunately.
No, it's all good. But Tommy B and Heinz and Berglund back in the day, and in
Oh
fact,
God. Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know if you guys ever knew him. And and I know how radio works, especially within markets and all that sort of thing. But I actually met John Hines many years later in Orlando, and he was just a gentleman. He's a really amazing guy. He really
Yeah.
was to me. I ended up I went to Brown Institute. Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did. And so I did small time radio in El Dorado Springs, Missouri. And then from there, and that was actually pretty great too, because I don't even know if they even have stations like this anymore, because it was a daytimer. So that meant that it was only on during the day. And so I did the morning
wow.
show, and I would come in there, I'd have to turn the radio station on.
Hit the giant red breaker.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it was great too, because it was an old converted farmhouse. And so I would walk up there, and every morning the cows would know I'd be coming, and the cows would kind of lope up towards me up to the fence. And so they were like my first listeners. It was pretty amazing, actually. And
Yeah, I worked
did
in
that.
I worked in radio. Yeah, taking the you said you did overnights in your bio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
did that
remember
too.
having to take the little readings from the transmitters and all that stuff.
You-
I probably don't have to do that
The
stuff
ticker,
anymore.
yeah.
You go out there and take a look, and it's like, is the light on? The light's on. Yes, the light's on. Yep, up on the tower.
Yeah, does this
Yeah,
thing work?
Yeah. So I did that. I bounced into Orlando radio. It was funny because I was doing overnight in Orlando, and that feels like a monster market to you when you come out of a
Yeah.
place like El Dorado Springs. And so, but I was doing overnights, nobody was listening. And there was a show called Ron and Ron. I don't know if it's on anymore at all. It was kind of a network show through Florida. But then the feed wasn't working for Ron and Ron. And so I get a call from Dick Sheets, my program director, says, hey, listen, we need you to handle just sort of the first hour or two of the morning. I'm like, what? And so, exactly. So now, like, the sun's coming up and people are actually listening. And, man, it was...
Morning
was
drive
just-
it was a thing for a long time.
Well, back in the old
Yeah.
CCO, farm report days, maybe they still do that stuff. I think 4 a.m. was one of their big day.
Oh, I bet.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned farm because when I was at El Dorado Springs, we had between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. This was the hot time, not 7:20. 7:20 everywhere else. Between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, that's when Tradio was on. And Tradio was when people would call into the radio station live on the air. And nobody ever swore. I can't believe that, but live on the air. And they would have something for sale, like, I got a set of 4 tires, and if you want to pick those up, here's my telephone number. And they would just call up, and so I would do that for half an hour. It was great. I loved
I
old
like that
radio.
idea. With all the radio corporations dying on the vine, maybe we should bring back radio.
Yeah, when did you get out of radio?
So I ended up going from there. I went, I worked at a station. I eventually did mornings in Orlando. And there was just that time. There's a time in the mid 90s, late 90s or so. Things were going really well, but but we found ways to destroy ourselves. Like there was a station I was working for called She 100.3. They'd taken the call letters out of St. Louis and brought them down to Orlando. And so what they decided was this was going to be a female listening radio station, which is great. But their positioning was like, hey, guys, this is for her. We don't need you. And then they realized maybe we shouldn't piss off half of our demographic. Because so the numbers were awful. And we never quite recovered. So I got fired out of there. Here's the thing. So we all got fired. All the jocks got fired. But everybody else who came up with that positioning and the program director, they all kept their jobs. The rest of us, we got canned.
We know how that works.
Yeah.
Yep. So I ended up doing, in fact, you might even be able to see it behind me. You could just probably see it. I ended up doing radio at a place called TK 101 in Pensacola. It was an amazing job. It was on the Gulf Coast. There's 100,000 watt blowtorch went across. Beautiful. I did SoCal radio. Then I did 96 Rock out of Atlanta. I did an afternoon show there. And then I just got out. And I got into, and that would have been 2004, I think.
Oh, no.
Oh, internet froze for a second.
Well, it is.
You're good.
It is from New Zealand.
You are
yeah.
in New Zealand.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just zoomed out. What is
Now
going
you're
on?
No,
zoomed
we
in.
can't hear you.
Uh-oh, I think you
Now we
clicked
can.
on the wrong button.
Dang it.
Yeah.
He can figure it out.
He can, yeah.
He's got skills.
He's a radio guy. I'm sure he
He
can
can
just
figure it out.
click the right button on the mixer that I'm sure
Is that
he's
us?
got.
Yes,
That's
There
it.
we
Yep.
go.
Yay.
It just, the entire screen flipped out. Yeah,
Huh.
but like you say, I'm used to especially when you're in radio, especially the small town radio, you got to work out stuff on the fly.
Oh,
you do.
believe me, I
We-
know. We worked out stuff on the fly before the show, during the show today. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
I remember doing because I was never a big football guy at all, and one of the first gigs I had, they said, hey, listen, on the weekends we need you to do some play-by-play on football. Like I can't do that at all. But this was but the high school football was a big deal, and so they ended up getting the old high school football coach who was about 1,000 years old, and so it's me and Jack. And me and Jack would travel from town to town and do Friday night football. It was an amazing experience. Just freeze our butts off in these little places, but it was great. But that was all tin foil and baling wire to be able to make that stuff work.
Yep.
I remember
great.
doing
But
remotes
no, yeah.
with Stretch at Canterbury Downs, and I'm carrying around this suitcase with everything you need to broadcast on a radio show. This is
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Just plug
And
it
it's
in.
crazy because we used to, I did remotes, like do the car dealership remotes. You get $50 an hour. And say, hey, come on down here, and we're giving
Yeah.
away T-shirts and bumper
Yeah.
stickers, that sort of thing. Nobody would come down. But you
Buy
set
a
up
car,
the,
car,
you,
car.
Yeah, you set up the Marty. You have your prize wheel and all that sort of thing. Yeah, yeah, those were great. The cell phone days. But then suddenly, I think what kind of shredded everything was, and I don't know about y'all's opinion on this, but in 1996 they signed that Telecommunications Act, and they just opened everything up. So you went from what was it before that? A corporation could own 40 stations nationwide. That was it. But after
Oh,
96, you could own as many as you like.
Yeah.
And
You're right. That was
so,
the kiss of death
That
for
yeah,
radio.
that
It
really was the, that
100%.
was the start.
It only took them
Yep.
15 years to basically destroy the entire industry.
Yep.
And I saw it being destroyed even earlier before then, because I remember working because that's when they were bringing in there's a ton of like voice tracking and all these various places. So you would have guys in Dallas doing shows in Cleveland and Minneapolis all
Yeah.
over the place, and it just
Simulcasting.
killed the vibe entirely.
Yeah.
It killed it entirely because
Yeah.
radio
Radio for such
is
a-
such.
I think we were just about to say the same thing. Radio is such a local thing because it's literally a transmitter in one place transmitting to the local area.
Right.
But now it's not anymore.
No.
But it's such a, and you almost wonder, well, like when we'll find out this whole collapse of the digital world at some point, it feels like AI is going to take us all down, right? We'll have radio left. That's what we got, because they can't touch that for them. If anybody has a radio left anymore,
Right.
But,
Yeah, I've been
but-
saying that for a
but
while. 'Cause
radio-
Tom will frequently talk about how their radio won't exist anymore in 10, 15 years, whatever. But there will always be some stations because it's such an easy medium to transmit to. I mean, really all you need is
Right.
a length of wire and some electricity and you can make yourself a radio station. So, when society collapses and we're all living like Fallout, the first thing that's
Right.
going to happen is radio stations are going to start popping up, and they might have a transmitting radius of a couple miles, but radio is always going to exist. It's just the market was so saturated. Not every market needs 50 radio stations like it did in the 90s. It's just a fact.
Well, especially when they're soulless like that, because I remember sort of the last days of really great radio for me was probably at TK 101 when, especially when Hurricane George came in, and
right.
and we were at that time on the Gulf Coast. We were, everybody was out of power, but they had their little transistor radios or whatever kind of radios they had,
Yep.
and we gave them the news, we gave them updates, we told them, hey, listen, there's a shelter over here, and it was great, and that was one of the greatest things radio could do. I mean, even on a small scale, and this is sort of one of my favorite stories of that time, and it's a very small story, but that's what made radio and makes radio great. But I remember getting a knock on the door when I was doing mornings in Pensacola, and this drunk guy was at my door, and I opened it. And I opened it up, and he was like, "Hey, Dick, listen, I know we're not supposed to come to your house." and he was like, "We all know where you live. Like, what does that even mean?"
Yeah, that's
But-
scary.
But I was doing the morning show. So I'm like, my daughter's at the door next to me. I'm shuffling her away,
Yeah.
away from the spray or something. So, but he says to me, "Hey, listen, I was driving down in Pensacola. I was driving down Pensacola Highway, and I lost my tools. They were in my back of my truck. I didn't secure them. They bounced out. He was probably listening to our radio station on 11. Didn't hear it." And he just said, if there's anything you can do. And all I was trying to do was get him away from my door, because that's
Sure.
insane.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then, so the next morning, we were doing like 6 and 10. And between 9 and 10, we played a bit of music and that sort of thing. And I thought, oh, what the heck? Why don't I'll just mention it, whatever. So like the 9:15 break or so, I did whatever the liner card was for Chuckle Hut or whatever it was. And then I was like, hey, listen, there was a guy came by my house last night. He lost some tools over there on Pensacola Highway. It was yesterday, right around 8:30 or so. If you found them, what a find, right? Amazing that you found those tools. But now you've just, this guy's livelihood is destroyed.
Right.
And that's what it was. It was a bit of like storytelling, gets him into that, even at that moment. So I was like, hey, this guy's livelihood is destroyed, and so all he needs you is to give him back, because somebody found those tools, and if it's you, do the right thing, give it back. I didn't think about it afterwards much. About 10 minutes later, I get a call, and this guy goes, Yeah. Oh, I was really hoping to keep those tools, but yeah, I found them. And so he called up and he admitted he found them, and he wanted to hold on to them, but he was like, "You're right. I'll bring them on by the station." And so these two guys came in and they met, and these two sort of like real dudes, and they're both crying by the end of it because it was such a lovely moment. Yeah,
I
to bring
love
two people
that.
together, and it was great. But that's what we lost, and I still think there are elements of it out there somewhere. But that was what, even for a station as kind of big as that, because we went from Tallahassee to New Orleans, just about those little moments like that is what just made radio so great, and I really do miss those days.
Yeah, well, Tom got fired, how many years ago
2
now?
years, 3 years?
No, I think longer, maybe.
Was it? No.
Seems like 100 years
I think it was like
ago.
I'd
3.
say 3. Yeah.
All right, and he has just not recovered. He couldn't believe
Yeah.
that they would do that to
Well,
him
radio was
after
his
all
life
those
from the
years.
ages of what, like
Yeah.
17 or something like that to 70?
Well, and it
you
really
know?
didn't make any sense because obviously when the internet happened, everybody's numbers changed.
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah.
were still strong numbers. There was still a good listenership. They were still selling commercials. I mean, it just everything's just so oddly political now. It's just I'm still. You were talking about conspiracy theories. I'm still upset that they took the last telegraph wires down in India. I'm like,
Yeah.
what happens
Right.
when the grid goes down? We're going to need those
Right.
telegraph
Right.
wires.
But we were in a lot of ways we were sort of like that, and in some ways the architects of our own destruction, because I remember giving away iPods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought, but I got it. But at the same time, it's like, aren't we giving people away not to listen to us? Isn't that what we're
Yeah.
doing here?
Yeah, kind. Yeah, I remember
but-
when we very first started the podcast up. I had a friend. So when do you do your iPod?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
This was in 2012, so
I've never done my
podcasts
iPod.
weren't brand new, but they were still brand new to like 90% of people.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, but I miss those radio. There's still some radio here. They still got pretty good shows out this way, because we don't have the same in New Zealand. We don't have the same corporate structure. It's 5 million people, so
Oh,
yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
That's the defense we have is we're such a small population. A lot of the big corporations don't come out here and mess with us. So we still have we have morning shows. We have afternoon shows. Remember those
Really?
days? We
Oh,
have
wow.
yeah.
Wally
We have
Walker.
afternoon shows. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, we
No,
know
it's been
we know
great.
people who are on afternoon shows.
Yeah.
Sam's on an afternoon show, right?
Yep, she's on an afternoon.
And then
show.
Brittany's also afternoons,
Brittany's
right?
But
afternoon, yeah.
yeah,
they don't
Brad.
pay them much
no,
anymore.
you're not
They're-
making
They're
a
barely making a living wage anymore, though.
yeah,
They've got
unfortunately.
it whittled down. I'm sure, like you said, the CEOs and stuff are taking hits on the salaries, but
Yeah.
all the talent
They're doing just
certainly
fine.
has been.
I'll read this quickly.
Okay.
Their website is minnesotapersonalinjury.com, but at Bradshaw and Bryant, they don't stop at personal injury. If you've been accused of a crime and need criminal defense representation, they're here to help. Visit them in Waite Park or Golden Valley. Talk to them on the phone at 320-259-5414 or schedule a video call. Arrangements are flexible, but when it comes to getting their clients the representation they need, there is no compromise. Alex is leaving.
Oh, Alex has to go. She's got children to tend to.
Something
You've written
special.
21 books?
I have.
You are
I
just
have.
you're just not laying around doing
No.
nothing, playing video games, I don't
But you
think.
know, no, I know. But you know what's funny? We were talking radio, and not even as a segue, but writing books is a lot like doing radio because you sit in a small room, and basically you're talking to a bunch of people you'll never meet. And so, a lot of ways, that's what writing is.
Yeah.
This is my office here. I sit in here for 8 to 10 hours a day, and I put together stories that strangers, complete strangers, will read now and then, maybe even 10 years from now. I still get comments from people on occasion that have read something that I wrote like in 2018, and they'll ask questions about it. It's like I don't remember. I don't have any idea.
What did I write again?
And so, exactly. So my defense is always like, so what do you think about that? What is your idea? I don't remember that at all. But no, it's been great. It's an amazing opportunity, and I've been very, very lucky. I can make a living off of this, and that's because it's a little bit, again, like radio. It's like you only survive because of your listeners, and if you can serve your listeners, then you'll do really well. And so it's the same thing with writing. And so I found a group of folks that seem to like what I write, and I keep servicing them. And so,
Okay, so
yeah, it's been great.
Your latest book is The Facilite Con,
Facilite Con.
Yeah.
which is described
the
as a sci-fi heist comedy. What does
That's
that
right.
mean?
So it's about a small-time con artist who unexpectedly inherits this busted-up spaceship with an enormous debt. And so it's the only home that she has left, so she decides to con the most dangerous government official in the galaxy. And unfortunately, her crew is a pilot with four thumbs who can't really fly, and a devoted companion bot who just might be a weapon of mass destruction. So basically, it's sort of this ragtag tag crew, and they come together, and they're trying to pull off this massive jewel heist, and it's fun. It's just about a big chaos kind of fun. There's a lot of heart in that, and I don't get into I won't get into all the nuance of it, but it's if you're looking for a bit of an escape. It's not. I'm not Isaac Asimov, right? Because I grew up reading like Douglas Adams and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and that sort of thing. And so this isn't like completely farcical. It's just kind of a fun time. So yeah.
Is it a series with the same
Yeah.
main hero, or okay, it is a series.
Yeah, so Feynman Stryker is our main hero. She's this small-time con artist she's now the captain of this spaceship. So it's her. There's a prequel that's going to be coming out here next month. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of putting this stuff together, and in 2026 it's a whole different animal. There was probably a time here 25 years ago where you could just pretty much write something, put it out, and your publisher takes care of all that. But these days, it's not like that. So I was doing a Facebook Live yesterday. I did a TikTok Live last week, which was total chaos. But you embrace, but that's the great thing about radio too, is you embrace that, and I just ran with it.
What do you do?
Yeah.
You just go live and take questions and read your book, or?
No, I don't read because I'm one of those people. Like I tried reading as an audiobook, right? I tried doing that, and where I can talk for hours and hours as an old jock, I can't read a page because my mind wanders, and so that's why I had to get an audiobook, actually a proper audiobook narrator. But no, on those you just talk. I told stories. I told little stories about working at CNN. I was talking about writing, and then when the questions come in, you answer some of those. But people go nuts. What was crazy was when I first was testing out the TikTok Live, I wanted to make sure all the equipment kind of worked, and I just went live with it. I took a look, and there were 250 people watching. It's like, why? Why are you watching me? Why are you here? I haven't done anything. And they're just staring at this old man trying to work out how TikTok works. I guess it was entertaining for some folks.
Yeah,
So-
TikTok Live is a big thing. I've considered going
Yeah.
live on TikTok, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea or
Now,
not.
TikTok is huge.
It is huge,
It's
and we
huge.
can do it. I just the demographic mismatch. I don't know, might be a problem.
I think you'd be surprised
What
how
would
many
it hurt?
people have morphed over there.
That's true. Well,
Yeah,
I
well-
guess the worry is that there's a certain member of the podcast who can't handle criticism terribly well. And so
Really?
you get a bunch of TikTokers coming in and, crapping all over the place.
No, you don't have to show him the comments.
That's true.
He's never going to go on it.
Oh my gosh! I tell you, the one advantage that I have as an author, because a lot of people talk about this idea of like taking criticism, and radio taught me that criticism doesn't matter to me anymore. Because I don't know about you guys, maybe Minneapolis is a different story because I never got a chance to do radio in Minneapolis, but I traveled the country, and so I got death threats in various markets.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
shows get, yeah. And so when somebody wants to turn your face into a lampshade, you don't care so much years later if they don't like your book.
Yeah, you'd think.
You're like,
you would think, wouldn't you? But I don't know.
yeah, no, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind the criticism at all. And
Oh.
since I knew that I was going to be on here with y'all, I actually dropped the price of my book down to just 99 cents. So if anybody
Wow.
wants to read a sci-fi comedy, or if you just want to help out an old Minnesota boy, take a look on Amazon. It'll be there for 99 cents for the next day or so. So pick that up if you might enjoy it. You might enjoy it.
So your books, did you start out, and maybe you still self-publish? Is that the easiest way to
Yeah.
do these things? Okay.
It's not even just the easiest way because, and I don't know what kind of time. Do you have a hard stop at the top? Because I don't want to.
I don't really have a hard out now.
No. we
Oh,
don't.
great. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
No. I was pursuing traditional publishing for many years, and then I have a good number of friends in traditional publishing, and they told me what their lives are like. and I'll do it this way. So here's one of the fallacies about somebody being a published author. That doesn't mean they do this and they make enough money by being a published author to actually just do this full time. In fact, most published authors have another job, and so that was something I wanted to be able to do this full time. And then I heard some of the conversations between, full time authors and then with me, where they would say when they have a publisher, to some extent, depending on their contract, they had to pitch their book. So they would have to say, hey, listen, I was thinking about writing this story under my own name. Can I do that? It's like, I don't want to live like that. That's insane to me.
Okay.
And also, so basically you have to, beg is the wrong word, but you have to basically ask permission to write books under your own name through the publisher. They've got to approve it. Now, I understand that because they've got to promote it. They got to be behind it. I get that. But I want to write the things I want to write. And then also when it comes to just some of the payouts, because they take such a huge chunk of it. I do all the work. Yeah, I do all the work with the independent stuff, but I control all the branding. I control the advertising, and I get to write the books I want to write. And really, the sort of stuff, like the biggest series that worked for me was my Kane book. And basically, Kane is about a wolf that gets bitten by a man and turns into a 6'7" French Canadian. And then in the moonlight, in the full moon, Kane turns into a werewolf, but in other moon phases, he turns into various types of dogs. Now, if you pitch that to a publisher, they would go, oh, no, we won't be doing that at all.
Yeah.
But it was one of the #1 books in humorous fantasy for 2 years.
Really?
And people really seemed to, it did really well.
That's
It's still
great.
doing really, really well. Yeah, people love it. In fact, there's 8 books in this series, because after I wrote 5, I decided 5 was going to be the end of that series, and I had a bunch of readers going, no, you're not done yet. They were like, we want this to happen. And I won't give any spoilers away, but we want this to happen. So they were really insistent, and they were right. And so I wrote 3 more books in the series.
We just had a listener say, what's the name of the book again? The new book or the one that he just was talking about?
The new one is called The Fast Light Con, and you can see it for those
Fast Light
who are
Con.
watching. It's over this shoulder. Yeah, it looks like that. And
Okay,
it's
so
fun.
where do you promote your books? Do you go to Comic-Cons or what do you, or just the
I live in
internet?
New Zealand.
Oh,
So
you can't go running around.
So when I go running around, it's a life event.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true. That's true.
So yeah, it's a 24-hour flight basically to some extent to get back to the U.S. So I promote on the website. I do. In fact, it's pretty fun because I'll ask people to come into reader groups. Like there are people that like little book clubs and stuff like that. So if people contact me and ask me to zoom into them, and I'll talk to a group of people sitting in a room who have read the book, which I really love. But you know what?
Sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
was just going to say it's very fascinating that you can develop an entire following with just using things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's amazing.
But
it's great.
it's the same thing with radio. Like I mentioned that little tiny story about bringing those 2 men together. It's like, for example, I did a Facebook Live. I mentioned TikTok, hundreds of people. Facebook Live, I had five people. But here's the thing: those are 5 people that stopped down to watch and be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
And I learned that not just from radio, but back in the old days of stand-up comedy in Minneapolis when I used to go at Stevie Ray's. Stevie Ray's was in Uptown.
Yep.
And there were nights when we would do open mic, and we literally would have 3 people. And we didn't cancel the show. We're doing the show for 3 people. And that did a couple things. One, that taught you how to really pay attention to your audience. Because if you lose the 3 people, that's going to be tough going on for a while. So you're able to change that. But also the value of that, because like I take a look at those 3 people, or like I mentioned, 5 people in that Facebook Live. Those are people that actually took time to stop what they're doing in their life to pay attention to something I'm doing. That is, I value that. I don't care if it's 550, 5,000. It means a lot to me. And so every single reader that I have means the world to me. I mean that sincerely. So when people reach out to me, send me emails or put notes, whatever, I always stop down and take time to respond to them because they're everything to me. They're the reason why I'm doing well. In fact, that's what, here I'll name drop, right? So when I was in rock radio, I had Steven Tyler come on by. from Aerosmith.
Sure.
And he himself said we were not the best band to break out of Boston. Not by far. He said there was a lot of luck, and it was people that embraced us. It was our fans that made us big, not us. Our fans did that.
Right. Well, that's very
And-
true.
100%. And
Yeah.
so I take a look at anybody who is that I have the blessing to have as a reader, and I treat them as kings and queens because that's what they are to me.
Well, like you said, if you don't have anybody reading your books, you don't.
Yeah. You're not making any money. You can't live.
What's the point? Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely
Tom,
right.
after all these years, everywhere we go, pretty much, people know who he is. We went to the liquor store last night, and this guy, we were talking to him about, I'm like, oh, he's got one bottle and get one free? Is it drinkable?
Right.
Can you even, he's like, yeah, it's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's okay.
Right.
And Tom's
It'll light
talking about-
fires.
yeah, and Tom's talking, and all of a sudden they're like, I know this voice.
Right.
So they don't always recognize him, but I mean, he was people definitely know his voice.
Well, I'm curious, what was that like for you? Because a radio family, that ain't easy all the time. In part because you get a lot of, what is Tom like? But
Yeah.
how was that? Because I remember when I mentioned that station in Orlando, and I was giving everything to make that station work.
Sure.
And the station was very happy to take it and take more, to the point where it would have potentially killed me, almost destroyed my relationships with my family. So, I mean, I would think that for as great as radio has been for you, it probably was really trying on the family.
Yeah, he was not there for much of my upbringing.
Yeah, he was.
For sure.
He went to bed before the kids did.
Yeah.
Because he had to get up at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, he wasn't there when I woke up, and he wasn't there when I went
He
to
was
bed.
always a complete disaster
As it were.
about ratings were coming out, and this was that.
the ratings book is out. The ratings
this
book's
client
for
was
this
mad
month.
about this, and this group of people doesn't like this person on the show, but they only love that person, and this person is fighting in behind the scenes, and it was like, oh my God, you are all such a bunch of drama queens, because the show got so big.
Yeah.
It's like anything that they said was
Yep.
newsworthy, basically.
Right.
So it was,
Right.
it was actually, I wouldn't have, if I would have known when he said, oh, I think I'm going to go back into radio, I would have said, please do not stay with
Right.
voiceover, because that's a real 9-to-5 job. I mean, radio
I
was,
could see that.
he was worried about his job all the time. It always felt like,
Right.
any time people could just turn on you and you'd be done.
Yeah, it's
And,
true.
and,
And-
it,
and
it
then
ended up happening.
And I think too, it potentially kind of, I'll say, changes your personality. But I would think the way he interacted with you guys for a time, and I'm not trying to talk out of school with Tom, I'm probably talking way more about myself, is you get to a certain place when you're on the radio, you're very controlling of the environment around you. And you have a certain persona on the radio, and sometimes it's kind of hard to completely let that go. So you can be kind of an a-hole to the people
he
around
had his
you.
I mean, he was usually gone before the kids got up, and just about dinner time he might roll in. He
Right.
drank a lot.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because of the stress, and he's always been an
Yep.
anxious human being. But it was interesting when you said that your OCD and your anxiety drives you. I've always said Tom is he embraces his
Yes, he
anxiety.
does.
He turns it into
100%.
something.
As did his mother. Well,
Yeah.
she didn't turn it into
Well,
something, though.
no, she never turned
just
it into
kinda had
anything.
it.
She just did a lot of complaining. And now that he doesn't have that vehicle, that big voice, I mean, the podcast is a lot different than a morning radio show.
Yeah, we do well, but yeah,
course.
it's not the kind of thing where everyone in the state knows who you are. And I don't
Exactly.
think I would want it to be that big, to be honest. Like if a genie came up to me and said, hey, I will make it so every Minnesotan listens to you every day, I'd be like, please, for the love of God, don't do that.
Yeah.
I know. But, well, you grew up with a famous father.
I did.
And I mean, he was a big fish in a small pond. I mean, Minnesota's
Right.
not huge.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful when we'd go traveling around, because nobody knew who he was. We could have a dinner. We didn't
Yeah.
have somebody coming up to say, you're an asshole because you said this, or
Yeah.
I love you so much because you said that. It was
Right.
just, We didn't have, it was
Right.
just, oh, we can go out of the state and everything's just normal. It was, it was
Right.
kind of nice.
No, I think Tom maybe had a big influence on, a significant influence on my own personality because just some of those sort of vocal tics and things like that, I did find that I used some of that, especially my early days.
Yeah.
Like some of that, the manipulation of the voice and all that sort of like, okay, yeah, okay, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I did some of that, especially early on, quite a bit. And so, yeah. So then, the voices in our head, those kind of people affect us. It was great. But I love the years that I had in radio, especially in the mid 90s, late 90s. It was an amazing time. And I would have loved to have worked in Minneapolis because, like I said, it's my favorite city. I loved growing up in Minneapolis. That was an amazing, I don't know what it's like there now. I want to come back and visit. I
Well,
gotta
it's changed a lot. Everything,
Is
pretty
it?
much everybody is political.
Yeah.
Right.
Every decision is made through a political lens, whether
Yeah.
it's a teacher or a lawyer or a doctor or anything. Everything is political.
Yeah, you know how the internet is? Minneapolis is like the internet.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of naked people apparently on the internet I've seen.
Well, I don't know
Depends
your
on-
algorithm.
Depends on where
but
you go, I guess.
I'm saying, it could be. It could be.
Could be. You never know.
But it's great. I want to head back. I know that they don't have like the old Friends Avenue Drive-In anymore, but I don't know what they do still have, but I do miss it a lot. I love the city a lot.
Yeah, it was a great, I mean, especially the era of the 90s. Minnesota was, brand new and shiny to a lot of, corporations were coming
Yeah.
in here and things were growing and we were
Oh, God,
bringing
yeah.
in great talent. And that's not really the way it
Well,
is
I've,
anymore.
I've told people before, our airport has tons of Japanese signs all over the place. And people are like, why would Minneapolis, St. Paul have Japanese signs
the Mall of
everywhere?
America.
Because people would fly from Japan to go to the
Right.
Mall of America. And it's like,
Right.
the idea of a mall being that big of a deal is just complete nonsense to anyone born before probably like the year 1990, maybe 2000, maybe.
Were malls invented here? I think they might have been
We had the
invented in
first,
Minnesota.
like, what you would call a mall, yes. I
Yeah.
think it was like the, what?
It might have been
was
the
it-
Harmar Mall.
It wasn't
in
the
St. Paul. I don't
Harmar.
know.
It might have been in Bloomington, I think. I don't know. Someone in the chat will probably know.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but it's if you drove around today, you'd be like,
Well, it depends on
I
people
like-
saying
It's
stay away from
different.
the cities. The burbs are fine. That's largely true, but cities are kind of like that, though. Cities have anger problems. They kind of always have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Andy Jacobson,
I
Southdale. Southdale Mall, I think, was the
South-
first
That was the
mall
first one?
in
Okay.
America. Yeah.
okay.
I grew up in Southdale, man.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
that was my second home.
Yeah,
It was
well, there you go.
amazing. And I like the unhinged nature of the 90s where things weren't so regulated. With latchkey
Thank
kids.
you.
I don't even know if they do latchkey kids anymore, but we were out of, in fact, one of my favorite memories as a kid was because every year school started earlier and earlier. Like when I was going to I guess middle school is my started at 8:30, junior high school, now it's at 7:30. I think by the time I got to Edina High School, I think it started at 7:05.
That's so early.
so stupid.
Ugh.
It was crazy. But so
early.
which meant though I was catching the bus at 6:30,
Okay.
and as a teenage boy it meant that I was getting up at 6:25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
And so,
oh yeah.
And so I get up 6:25, run in the shower, and then race outside. And you do that in the middle of winter when your hair is still wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns
I
into
remember-
icicles.
Exactly. Standing at the bus stop, and it's 3 or 4 of us there with just ice helmets.
Yep. 6:30 a.m. and on in February, you're lucky if it's above -10.
Yeah.
Seriously, yep. And everybody hops onto the bus, and that heater, it's like, it feels like the surface of the sun inside, and all the kids are just melting as they go
And
to
the
school.
rubber
It was-
smell of the bus.
yeah, it was great. It was great. I loved growing up in Minnesota. It was an amazing time.
I
was
agree. It was a
amazing.
great place to grow up.
All right,
Well,
we should probably.
I suppose we should. Yeah.
I got children at home to.
Well, I hate
tend
to stop talking to you. I love talking to you. It was wonderful. Tom, I will have to definitely invite him back in when Tom's on because he loves hearing about the old radio
Loves talking about
days.
old radio,
And the
yep.
fact that you listen to him will make his day and all that. He's a
How about
radio
that
guy
you-
through and through.
we'll do it a little while later. We'll come on back and we'll talk about how radio blew itself up. But you guys
he
been
loves
great.
talking about that too.
Well,
He
Yeah,
loves
sure
talking
you
did.
guys
about
have been
that.
great. And
Great.
I love
Thank
always to speak to our folks in Minnesota. And check out the new book. And like I said, it'll be just 99 cents for the next couple of days. The Fast Light Con, you'll find it up on Amazon. If you're a fan of the audiobook thing, it's on all the services, Spotify, Audible, everything. And we have an amazing narrator.
thank you. If I ever do end up in New Zealand, if I knock on the door and say, "Hey, do you got my
Do
toolkit?"
it. I got a room right there. Come on down. Come on down. Love to have you, Kathryn.
We'll
Thank
just
you.
Pick a random house. There's a 1 in 5 million chance he owns it, right? So it's not that bad odds. Better than the lottery.
I heard there was an author around here. There's only 5 million
yeah.
people to go through.
And to be honest, they're really hospitable, and they probably have a room for you. They'd probably let you stay.
Oh, well, 5 million people sounds like paradise these days.
I know.
Pretty great.
Smaller the better.
The smaller the better. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, we'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Do it.
Thanks a lot.
And then for the rest of you,
great
Alex
day.
and I will be back on Friday. Kathryn will
I
not.
will not
Tom will
be
not.
here.
But everyone
Yes.
else will. So we'll see you on Friday.